Uh-oh. There we go. So we are up and running. So welcome to Whiskey Dice. My name is Brad, and I will be your dungeon master tonight. And as always, I'm joined by the stars of the show that you can hear and not see yet. Say hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
I am not real. I am a figment of your imagination. I do not exist. Yet,
looking
you don't see me.
In the direction of where he's going to be, though you cannot see him. But yeah, so welcome to Whiskey Dice, to the Alora Reborn campaign, Chapter 3. Title to be determined. So real quick, just a little bit about Whiskey Dice, as streaming our games is a little different for us. We've only done the last... Well, I guess we did all of them. Yeah.
We did podcasts, but they never streamed.
Well, I'm talking about this campaign. Have we streamed all 3?
Yes,
Yes.
including session 0.
Well,
0 is on YouTube, though.
Yeah.
Sorry, Twitch.
Yeah. Shawn, turn your gain down just a little bit. You're getting excited and you're clipping.
I told you.
I knew it. I know it. You're all over the place. But I can see your bar. But just a smidge. But yeah, so welcome to Whiskey Dice. The premise of this show is that one of us goes out every week and buys a new bourbon and or whiskey for us to try and drink a little bit as we play out our D&D adventures within the worlds that I've created, or ones that you probably already know. So, but tonight we are drinking Brothers Bond, which is MGP. It was distilled in Indiana, but bottled by the Brothers Bond Distilling Company. So we're gonna try this a little bit later, whenever we take a break, kind of midstream. Those here in person will all take a drink of it. See what we think. In the meantime,
we aren't sponsored by anyone, by the way. We just select things that look really cool.
Yeah. Well, it's also a reason for us to add to the whiskey collection. So.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there be everyone. So wave and say hi, everyone.
What are you doing there?
Yeah, look at him. Oh,
Oh, my hello there.
Oh, you clipped us, honey.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I got excited.
It wasn't that good. It was a poor joke.
You're just like, oh, that's me. I was like, oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's great.
It is pretty funny. But yeah, there be the cast. Before I give a recap of last session, for one, I would like to fix my music a little bit, as I apologize for that. I want to go around the table, and so we've had a lot of players jump in and out, but these 4 have been the players that have stuck around the most. We did have another lifer, but he went back to work. Shout out Jeremy. I thought about I'm gonna get a little nurse plushie.
Jobs.
Put it somewhere on cam to represent you. Hopefully you'll be back soon. But this is the four main players of mine here, and next week we're adding a 5th, and it'll be fun whenever he comes. We'll get him up and rolling. I have his little spot set up over here off camera. We get to add another spot for him, so that'll be cool. But before we start, I wanted to go around, because I'm not doing nameplates for you guys. I think it looks a little bit cleaner without your name right under you. So I want to go around and in order of the screen here, and everyone just introduce themselves, who they're playing, to refresh everyone, maybe a little bit about their character. So, Honey Bunny, you're first up.
Yes, I am Jophiel. I am a Twilight cleric, and I am reborn, humanoid looking. And I am kind of amnesiac, although I am gathering my memories. They say I'm a Harris of Twilight, but I'm not sure if I am.
And your name's Andrea.
Oh, I'm Andrea. Hi!
Your name's Andrea and you're playing Jophiel.
Yes.
And she's dying of the coffees.
Yes.
What about you, Alex?
Oh, my name's Alex. I'm playing Everett Whitlock. He is a fighter, uses 2 swords, just recently gifted to him by another player character. Yeah. Description. Yeah, I mean, very, very soldier-like, but light, dexterous. He's not a super like jacked. Yeah, a lot like the little mini. No, he's medium to light armor, 2 swords, well dressed and groomed. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's confusing is that you are Alex, but you're playing Everett, and we'll get to the actual Alex in a moment. But Ian.
Yeah. I'm Ian. I'm going to be playing Sir Cedric Chamberlain. He is a glory paladin, very traditionally goodly doing, very lawful, and he seems to be the taskmaster right now. What's going on?
Yeah, you do. You do seem to be that way. Apologies.
It's fine. I love it.
And then Shawn.
Hello, I'm Shawn. I'm playing Alexander Dawnkeeper.
That'll be a good differentiation. I will refer to you only as Alexander.
Yes, that's right. Yes. Human artificer doing a homebrew style, like arcane gunsmith sort of thing. So basically combining gunslinger, the class, and artificer together. Somebody who creates the guns and then tries to test them out. And I'm on a journey to find a cure for the family illness. So that's going to be fun.
Very cool. So these are our players. Excuse me. So players, are we ready to jump into tonight's recap and then thine session?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So last session began in the Islet Wharf, fresh off of procuring Jophiel from the crest of the crest of, I always get it wrong. I want to say the crest of Twilight, but it's not it. The crest of Eclipse. Boom. The session began in the Islet Wharf, where you met a man that Cedric knew, Eldon Windrider, and you were hearing, Cedric, that one of his subcontractors possibly went missing, a Miss Captain Alora Moonshade. So you guys kind of sought out, and amid a total solar eclipse, you found the Whispering Gale, which was Alora's ship. And you found their foul fate, the hand of more of those dark creatures you met while in Cedric Gore. You found a letter to a man named Lorien, as you kind of went down into the bellows of the wreckage of the ship. Lorien, of course, sparked your interest, Everett, because turns out he was an old friend. But it seemed, and it hinted at the fact that perhaps Lorien and this Alora had a bit of friendly history of some kind. A strong connection, if you will. So, with the Elate Seal not being that far away, you decided to take news of Alora to the Elate Seal itself. You sailed north far enough to where you could go ashore, and by the way, this is all happening during a random total solar eclipse, which in real life, we have one of those coming up, actually. Not that I did that on purpose, but there was, as you went to the Elate Seal, you came upon this oaken fort that was built around the base of the Elate Seal, and it was greeted by the Master Sealkeeper, who turned out to be Lorien in the flesh. He seemed almost to know that you guys were coming. Excuse me. He also, as I said, was an old friend of Everett, which made things a little bit easier, I guess, at first. Lorien spoke of the fact that the area had become dangerous, which was very much news to you, Cedric, because you don't live that far away. I mean, you're on the other side of the mountains in Duskendale, which is the first capital of Alora, but it's also a quiet place, and historically it's protected by any outside interference, as if the gods that created this world made it a safe haven. So you were almost sheltered by the fact that Lorien told you that for the past nigh on 8 years, these dark creatures have been gallivanting about the coast of the Fringelands, which is, like I said, very much news to you. But in speaking to the Sealkeeper, he did find it interesting that your name was Jophiel. and that Cedric, you brought her. And then it just so happened that an old friend and someone that you were guiding in Alexander were here. Like I said, it's as if he almost knew of this coming, and he asked you if you wanted to see the lighting of the seals. And in doing so, he lit the seals, but one of them broke. And in breaking, you watched as flowers bloomed across the world, and then wilted, and the seal cracked. And he said that he was trying to alight the seal all evening, but it wasn't happening. And he spoke of the fact that because each seal represents one of the 13, the Knights of the Sovereign Pillars, and or the Triumvirate to be more precise, Alile, Elmadan, and Essos. If one of the seals is broken, that means that one of the 13 has been killed. Lore about the 13 is quite simple. At least in the foremost present. They walked the world after a great calamity and eventually walked to the point that they became frozen in time. With that seal broken, someone called to I keep wanting to call him L'Oreal.
Join us, brother.
I keep thinking
Become
of a
the
game
14th.
studio.
Well, it comes. So I actually have two individuals within the lore. That's Lorian, and then I do have a L'Oreal. And I messed up because it's the makeup brand, so I keep trying to go to that. But anyway, so Lorian actually was, he was heralded, he was called to the gate. He said that these creatures never talked, but that for the past little while they've been speaking to him. And it kind of alluded to the fact that he knew of your coming. But there seems to be more to that, as he takes you to the fortified parapet. And you're looking down into the darkness and you see dozens of these glowing eyes, similar to those creatures that you've fought recently. And you can see their mouths kind of agape, sheening amidst the torchlight, right? And it's a disheartening kind of visage. And they started to say, you know, send out the heiress of Twilight, etc., etc. And they started kind of repeating that moniker that man was saying on the Isle of Cedric Gore. And kind of in the ending moments of last session, Lorian, which, by the way, a big keynote here that you pointed out, he's wearing a crest of the Sovereign Pillars, but it has 4 pillars instead of 3. And he began to write sigils into the air, and he summoned forth this kind of ethereal, moonlit silver fox. He told you that there's nothing to worry about, that he will protect you. In a very valiant adventurer's way. But that's kind of where we ended last session.
To the void you go.
Into the void you go, paper.
Bound thing.
So, my players, are we ready to begin tonight's session?
Hey.
Yes.
Yee.
Well, what happened if I said no?
Then we would stop. We would shut everything off.
Game's over. Good night, everybody.
You know, actually, how about a movie, guys?
You guys want to do a watch party? They're getting rid of those on Twitch. We could do a watch party instead first.
I'm ready to play some D&D, goddammit.
Right.
Let's go.
So you're looking off into the blackness while you're standing atop the parapet as we begin tonight's session. And Lorian walks over and he pets the silver fox. And he turns to the rest of you. This is Siva, named after the spirit of the moon. And the fox kind of bows toward you with its head. She turns her head out toward the darkness as well, with very keen eyes. And he kind of scruffs her behind the ears, bring her attention back to him, and he says, Siva, I need you to take them to the entrance of the old temple under the seal. The fox kind of looks at him with this, are you serious expression, if a fox could give one. And he just kind of looks at her with a An owner's gaze, we'll say. Siva, they must make it out of here alive this night. And then he turns to the rest of you. Underneath the seal is an old temple, one of which I've never traversed personally farther than the entrance hall. It is where I learned much of the sovereign pillars. It was told to me long ago when I became the seal keeper that the temple has a hidden door in the furthermost chamber. Find it and use it to escape.
Where does it go?
It'll lead you to the northern edge of the Isle of the Elate Seal here. It should get you to the sea of the Fringeland Bays.
We are.
Will you not accompany us?
And he smiles, and he gestures out to the darkness.
He's gonna be a little busy, I think, Alex.
I will be quite busy this night.
We're escaping?
You are, because I feel as though if you were to stay here, that whatever is beginning will nigh on end. If you are indeed the heiress of Twilight that is named Jophiel, then it is my sovereign duty to make sure that you are protected. And I give that accolade to you, Sir Cedric. You are the man that I believe you to be.
Of course.
He just kind of looks at each of you in turn.
Why would you sacrifice yourself for one such as I? I don't know, not if I'm
He smiles at me.
this heiress, but regardless, is it not I who should protect you?
If it is true that you seem to be of losing one's memory, for one, I'm not sacrificing myself. I think that I can handle whatever it is that goes bump in the night. But I just want to make sure that you are protected. If these creatures that have sent but dozens at a time against my walls for nigh on 8 years, all of a sudden amass, and he gestures out, now you can see hundreds of eyes. They've come forth in such a bulk. They want you for some reason, and I will not let them have you. You will not join me in this battle, but I dare say it, if you ever get your memory back, Mrs. Jophiel, return, for I would love to speak of the days of old.
You know why? You know why?
I do not. I just know of you. Whenever I ventured into the entrance hall of the temple, I learned much. But then he turns to you, Alexander. You were saying something.
When we return, do you want anything back in particular? An old Vice Morpheus, perhaps?
If you return, I dare say I need nothing other than your company. He turns back to you, Jophiel, and then he gives you kind of a solemn bow. He reaches out for your hand,
She takes it.
and he just gives it a quick kiss. He turns to you, Sir Cedric. Answer me a question, Mr. Chamberlain. Are you zealous?
Could say that.
Gives you a grin. And then he turns to you, Everett. I hope to drink with you again at the Kindle Lounge in Ophius, my friend.
Just like old times.
Kind of gives you kind of a forearm bump.
Yeah.
But then he turns to you, Alexander. I too am a dreamer. Those creatures in the dark have spoken to me for days, speaking of your coming, as I've said. It wasn't until I saw, wild in the harmony of nature, like a premonition, did I believe it. Only those with a mark like ours have this gift. I can sense it on you, Alexander, so use it wisely. He reaches out to shake your hand.
I mean it, but like it's not super hard, but just as facing the gesture, more or less.
Now go. Siva will guide you. She has a key that will open the door, and her light will keep you safe on the way there. He just kind of smiles kindly at each of you. And this is all amid the scurrying of creatures beyond the wall. They're screeching. And the rain begins to pour heavier.
Guess it's time to go.
As we leave, I put my hand on whatever wall is facing outside, cast light on it. It's not much, but light always helps in the dark.
He nods. And he turns back, facing out atop the parapet. What would you guys like to do? The silver fox kind of gestures her head down the stairs of the parapet. And she bounds off and begins running. It would be north of the walls.
I'll chase down that fox.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We followed Fox.
Yep, same. I said, I'll speak to the conclave as I leave.
He nods. So as you rush down the parapet with Siva, we have an upset. That was Siva that just barks upstairs.
Yep.
We have an unhappy puppy upstairs.
They exist.
The creatures beyond the wall begin to screech and rustle around. Full quivers are being lain at the feet of archers on the parapet by younger members. Clerics readying spells and granting guidance and other minor boons to those warriors who make ready. Magical dancing lights are being cast by diviners to fight back the impending loom of the darkness. You can see the two magical forces almost colliding above the fort itself, sending magical sparks arching down. The men and women are stoic. These are members trained by the Elodar, and they are trained not to show weakness. As you're running, you can hear Lorien in the distance. My brothers and sisters of the Seal, it is I, Lorien of the Elodar, who calls to you now. It appears that creatures of the dark have arrived at our home and seek entrance. What they seek will not come easy. Let fly your arrows true. Let raise your blade, spear, and axe with poise and honor. ESPN notification. It's a good moment for that, I think. I fear that what comes tonight is but the first conflict of a new era. As the twilight hour beckons, I tell ye this. Ye bastards there beyond the wall may fell men and women this night. But know that we are not destined for what you will seek. We are destined for silver coins. We will fell as many as you as we can in victory or defeat. But there will be no scratching your way to tarnish coffers. Your souls will be cast to the eternal flame, evermore to exist only in pain. And as he ends this, you hear kind of an ah-ooh, ah-ooh, ah-ooh across the members of the conclave as the battle begins. You guys are running alongside Siva as we truly begin tonight's session.
Does his speech inspire any sort of memory that I might have had?
You want to roll for me a history check?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
First roll of the night, baby.
That's a good roll. That's a good roll, I think.
I feel like shivers went down her spine as she heard him say that. Oh, man! Fuck. We haven't rested yet. I can't use any of my cool stuff. It's a
So, I will say, everyone leveled up to 2, correct?
Yes.
With the level 2, think of it at least for this one time, and I'll give you a moment if you need to go ahead and hit that long rest button.
Oh.
Each of you are very much, it's like you just leveled up in an RPG game. Your health goes back up, you're fully rested. We will say that with the speech of Lorien, that you are invigorated here this night. So go ahead and do that real quick before we get moving.
You know, I think I can get away with rolling my knowledge from a past life.
That's right. Oh, I forgot. I'm a fighter.
So I rolled. I'm gonna roll another thing with it. Oh no, I rolled.
There we go.
Terrible. Do I want to blow everything on this?
I mean, it depends.
I think
Could
so.
be.
She's trying really hard.
I'm kidding. Don't let me influence you.
Yeah, I'm doing it. You can't stop me now. It's
The
a
idea's
13,
been placed.
14 plus 3, 17 now. I have blown my stuff.
You don't recognize... What you recognize within his speaking, and this is pretty common across all of you, is just the mentioning of silver coins and tarnished coffers, which in turn is the heaven and hell of the realm of Alora. But what I would say is you don't recognize the man or the way he speaks, but there's just something about him in the way he carries himself that reminds you of someone. You just can't put a name on it.
Okay, because I didn't know if the battle speech would remind me of anything from anything in the past. So I didn't gather anything from that.
Nothing
I just
of the past.
The only thing I gathered was the fact that he
carries himself like someone that you know from your past.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Like you can't say that, oh, Mr. Lorien was someone I knew hundreds of years ago.
No.
It's not quite that. It's more so that he just carries himself and speaks in a way that is reminiscent to you.
Yeah.
So, you guys are running.
Yeah.
As you're running alongside Siva, the rain begins to grow heavy. Everyone go ahead and roll for me. Give me a Constitution saving throw. The darkness is pushing in. The ground is muddy.
I got an 11.
An 11? Okay.
19.
19?
7 plus 1 is 8.
8?
4.
4.
Hey, come on, guys.
Well, you know, fuck it.
Wait, wait,
I'm already
fuck
blowing
it.
You're
stuff.
gonna blow all your shit like now?
Blowing it all right now.
You know, I
She feels
feel
so
like,
invigorated.
I feel like this.
That speech is Lorien's speech.
Yeah, this is speech. Got the blood flowing.
Gotta do the most
Let me make
right
sure I
now.
can use it after ability check. Oh, that's not ability check, right? It's a con save. Yeah, that's
It's safe.
Yeah, it won't work. So it's a 4. I can't fix it.
This save was for something not probably what you're expecting, but as you guys are running, you begin to hear the flap of wings. And you watch as Siva looks up, and she gives out a quiet grunt. And you watch as the end of her fur kind of begins to sheen with ethereal moonlight, lighting up the sky above you. You can see overhead, it's hard to tell how many, but they look like shadowy harpies. Their eyes glowing orange, some of them blue, and their mouths are agape in that odd, overextended style. Their talons kind of protruding, their fangs dripping with the rain, and they begin to come down, trying to grab at each of you. As you're running, we will start here. Let's see. Does a 14 hit you, Jophiel?
Yes.
Okay, so it tries to grab onto you. And as it leeches onto you, go ahead and roll for me a contested strength score here, if you would, please.
Strength, not
14.
athletics.
Strength athletics, yes.
19.
So 19, it's got a hold of you and it's flapping its wings as hard as it can. It's trying to pull you up into the air. The rest of you see this. This is kind of an opened, out of initiative encounter. Jump in whenever you would like to. Tell me what you would like to do.
Sweet.
I aim and fire.
Go ahead, roll an attack.
Yeah, that makes sense. Get him.
14 plus 4, 18.
Does hit.
I did not infuse anything, so just raw. So still good. 10 points of piercing damage.
Alexa, lights on. With 10 points of piercing damage, you shoot the harpy through the head and it kind of sends it careening backwards as it bursts into shadows. Another one comes flying down toward you, Everett. Ooh, but I'm assuming that a 4 doesn't hit you.
Nah.
So it kind of goes for you, it misses, you dodge to the side, it hits the merc, and it kind of gets stuck there as you continue to run. Any of you want to do anything on that one?
I'm reloading my gun.
I
As we go.
I might as well.
You want to stop?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, tell me.
Yeah,
what
I'm
you
just gonna. Yeah, just kind of
Stop, second.
Yeah, take it out.
Go ahead and roll with advantage for me
Finish
here.
it off. Oh, about did the wrong ones. There we go. Hey, it's big numbers. 22.
22. So go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, now see, these are not the big numbers. 8.
With an 8, how would you like to dispatch that harpy?
Oh, it's just gonna be like just a chink, like through the throat.
Just a quick through the throat, and you guys continue to run.
We're running through a fort.
Back into the fort, amidst the muddy ground, toward the base of the Elate Seal.
Would there be any like javelins or like spears? I don't know if there's like spearmen out or about, like a weapon rack.
Closer to the parapet, there is. Go ahead and roll for
Gone
me
too
real
far.
quick a perception check to see if you see a nearby tent with anything like that. Does a 17 hit you, Sir Cedric? Okay, so another creature comes down. It begins trying to wrap around you to try and pull you up into the air. Will you roll for me a strength athletics check?
When he enters my range, I can
Yes.
make a use reaction. Can I do that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. 12 and 7.
Does hit, yes.
And then 4 and 4 is 8.
Nice. So how would you, as it tries to reach around you, how do you maim the creature, killing it before it can do anything?
Just like reverse grip spear, kind of plunge it into the chest.
Gotcha.
And just can keep moving.
Keep moving.
Keep shuffling feet.
Gotcha. Another one does try to slide down again, but this time towards you, Alexander. It misses with a natural 1 terribly right before you landing in the mud as you've just reloaded your weapon. Is there anything that you'd like to do there, or any of the rest of you? Like I said, don't feel afraid to jump in. What's your perception?
It was only a 6.
It seems like most of the weapons have been taken to the parapet.
I'm not gonna use my gun. I do have a hand axe. I'll try to just throw it down at its face or whatever.
Channeling your inner Everett.
Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Come on, buddy. You've seen me do it 1,000
I'll give you
times.
advantage on it.
14 plus 3 is 17.
Hey.
Damage, please.
5.
With 5, you don't seem to kill the creature, but you kind of embed it in through the mud, and it hits kind of a rooted piece of a tree that was uplifted here within the fort, and kind of digs it into that, and it's having a hard time as it screeches and reaches out toward you.
Is it 5 feet near me?
As you run past it, it would become 5 feet near you.
Can I cast Hand of Radiance? Needs to make a con save.
The creature on the ground? Natural 1 again.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It takes 5
no.
radiant damage.
So as you embed it into this old tree root, right? Like this tree that's toppled over, the roots are still in the ground, they're decaying. You embed it into the side of it, and as you run by, how does it look as you kind of
It
dispatch the
honestly
creature?
almost looks like guidance, but it looks a little more it emanates a little more radiance, and it's like aggressive.
Suffocation of light.
So it like go towards it, and
Yeah.
it like instead of it like healing it or invigorating it, it like burns
Withers it away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's as if the divine radiance, like the creature drowns in it.
Yeah.
Cool.
I look at her and go, teamwork. Yeah, teamwork.
The fox
Of course.
the fox bounds up to the right. literally stopping midair as if it just stepped on something solid, and then to the left, and it bounds up and grabs one of the harpies, bringing it down in its maw and kind of shakes it as it explodes in the darkness as well. The two other harpies that seem to be in the vicinity begin to go further up into the darkness as you guys are running. And you hear a tickling at the back of your ears, and it just says, quicker. And the fox kind of gestures and begins to run quicker.
Oh, that's his voice.
As we're running, what's the light situation like? It's dark, but is there torches lit or anything like that?
There are torches lit. Most of them have been taken to the parapet, but amid the tents that have been set up, think of like small military fort style. There are dozens of teepee style tents or larger, depending on who's sleeping in them, with some torches laid in the top of some of them. So there's some ambient glow from around you, but other than that, it's pitch black. There's no stars. Amid this eclipse, it is complete darkness.
Okay, I will grab
the fox. The fox is emitting moonlit glow in a 20-foot area around you.
Okay. Just for flair, I'm gonna grab my pennant and cast light on it, so there's a moving light on my chest as we're walking along.
Alexa, turn the lights on.
I mean, you said we're in a slight dark.
You are right.
Yeah.
You are right. I need to make her stop doing that. I'll do that at the break. Apologies that I have to keep talking to her. She's not a player, bitch. Anyway.
She could roll dice.
With light cast, she can.
Oh my god, can you play it? Never mind.
You can play it. Anyway.
You can play Skyrim on her, remember.
So yes. So you guys continue to run. And eventually you make it to the base of the Elate Seal. Is there any conversation happening as you're running or anything of the sort? Just curious.
Yeah, I think we're all running for our lives at the moment.
Yeah, just if there's anything you guys are doing, I'm just curious.
Hauling ass.
Just hauling ass.
I'd say close.
Who else wants light before we get too far off? I can't do it.
You wouldn't have to worry about me, because I'd be pretty close to you.
Okay. So Cedric?
Go ahead.
Okay. I touch your chest armor, and you have a light coming off your chest piece.
It'd be like a amulet. I don't have any armor.
Yeah, that'll work. Oh yeah, I forgot you don't have armor.
Yeah. The two that totally should do not.
No.
I'd be like that.
Welcome to level 2.
Listen, faith is our shield. We need no armor.
My faith is my shield.
Hey, the Emperor protects. I believe it.
Jophiel just has a face about her, disgruntled, she's not happy with the situation, but she says nothing.
Gotcha. As you traverse to the base of the Elate Seal, the fox kind of comes up, back on its haunches, sliding to a stop. And the darkness is creeping in, almost eating away at some of the light that you guys are pressing out. And the fox begins to look in the direction of the very base. You don't see a door, but it's looking at something. Passively, what's passive investigation amongst the party?
Investigation?
Ooh.
Yeah, passive investigation.
13.
13, 12, 11.
13.
13. The 13's in the party. You do see the shimmering outline begin amidst the moon glow of the silver fox Siva begin to almost creep up into crevices, beginning to slowly reveal some kind of door.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Sure, yeah.
12 plus 7. 17? No, 12 plus
19.
7 is 19. Yes. Math. Words.
I mean, with the 19, it does seem to be a door. I mean, if you process it quickly within your very quick smarty brain mind, as Alexander Dawnkeeper, being that kind of a guy, the fox is emitting moonlight, which seems to be emitting the outline of a door that was hidden at the base of the Elate Seal.
I want to run closer towards the fox, see if my light can help.
as you run toward the fox, which is kind of standing a good 15 feet away from the door, your light almost seems to be... It isn't pushed away by the light of the moon that she's emitting, but it doesn't aid in it in any way. As you guys all kind of come up to a halt there, and the door is slowly beginning to show itself, the fox kind of reaches a paw up toward her chest, but then she stops, her ears perk up, and she turns her head behind her. And you hear the flapping of wings again, but this time from something much bigger. And something in the darkness behind you hits the ground hard, with a thud that almost shakes the earth amidst you.
I want to imbue my weapon when I hear that with some kind of magic, because we're gonna deal with that eventually. Oh boy!
I'm just gonna draw a turn.
Turn. Each of you just kind of you're making ready here, and there's a voice that creeped. Go ahead. It's a good time. Go right ahead. It's okay. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
We drink on this show as we play.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. As you turn, you hear something in the darkness coming closer, but it's just beyond sight. And you hear words echoing up from it, but at first laughter. Is that you, Jophiel?
Can I see it? I have 300 feet of dark vision.
You cannot see within the darkness.
Okay.
It's almost with the dark vision that as you look ahead, the dark vision skews away from whatever is there walking forward. Even the moonlight from the silver fox is eaten by the darkness, and it gets closer and closer with every step.
I know I can see through this darkness, yet you still shadow yourself. Why?
Well, because I haven't decided to make my grand entrance yet, Jophiel. Dare say, do you not recognize my voice?
I recognize that you are more than just darkness.
So there is truth in the amnesia of the 13. That is pleasurable. Mayhaps I jog your memory, Jophiel. And something is thrown before each of you, and it hits the ground and rolls in different pieces. You see the broken limbs ripped apart of a man. Iliel was easy to find, Jophiel. Each of you frozen like statues. He screamed for mercy, but he didn't seem to know me either. So it does seem that, oh, you've lost your memory. Truly sad. The creature gets closer. The door is about 80% revealed. Who are these people that you've brought me? I only want you, but I'll eat them.
I haven't brought you anyone.
Sacrifices. In your words, sacrilege, Jophiel. Sacrilege.
She like kind of kneels down at the body parts and like pulls them towards her.
Yeah, you recognize with flashes in your mind Iliel's clothing, his face, as you pull the head closer. One of your brethren.
Can everyone hear this voice?
Yes, all of you hear this, all of you are seeing this happen.
Just making sure a body just didn't fucking get chucked out of the darkness.
Well, like, it did.
But
yeah.
There's a little more context.
Right.
How far away does it sound?
He is within 20, 30 feet. I mean, of the fox, which you guys are kind of scattered around before the base. You hear a snap in the darkness. And you watch as the silver fox, all of a sudden it begins to look around as red flames emit around it in a circle, and then it falls into the blackness. It howls, and something goes flying up above it, sheening with moonlight, and as whatever this portal was closes, it hits the ground hard. A circle medallion with 4 pillars on it, sheening with blue moonlight, Not as bright as hers. The door is stopped opening, but it seems to be just creeping within the visage of that moonlight. Jophiel, you're transfixed with the voice. Did someone Discord me?
No.
It is okay if you did. I'm handling it. Oh, it was Weiler. Hi, Weiler. Thought you were one of my players. Fucker. Anyway, as we continue here. Jophiel, you're transfixed with the voice, but the rest of you, is there anything that the other three of you would like to do in this moment?
I want to get close to Jophiel for the instance when it does open, I can just grab her and we can go. Also, I don't want to leave her by herself. This is like him like, oh shit, I need to do something, but I don't know what to do.
Can I reach the fox, or is that fire barrier too
It was
intense?
almost instantaneous.
So
it was like it just happened so quick.
So there's okay, so I can't really like reach
There's
without
almost
like,
no.
Okay.
The reaction time of this, what just happened, is beyond you.
Yeah. And I can't see the creature still, right?
Not yet. It seems to be growing closer.
I'm gonna try to pick up the medallion, or the pendant medallion, whatever it was.
So, passive perception?
Not great.
Mine's 15.
15, but you're next to
12.
Jophiel.
Yeah,
12.
I'm next to Jophiel.
Cedric?
12.
Okay.
Let's go.
So just as I said, moonlight seems to be the key to opening the door, and it slowed when the fox's moonlight drifted away, but a magical seal is there, and it does emit some moonlight. The creature, you begin to see it. Large cowled feet of a giant, up into its knees that buckle backwards. Its form begins to show, and as it comes into the light of the moonlight that seems to sizzle across its skin, it stands nigh on 16 feet tall, a shadowed and cowled giant. But that's not what you're looking at. Amidst its chest that is ripped open, its hands holding something, is a disfigured humanoid creature, the head tilted, there are wrinkles, and only one eye shows, its mouth half agape. And it's what is speaking to you, what the giant carries.
So I'm gonna stow one sword and point this fucking amulet at whatever door without turning around.
You begin to point at the door, and you kind of hear a...
Okay, and I'm gonna keep backing up till it hits
Cedric,
something
you
solid.
see that the door seems more transparent. Didn't open, but it seems as though you can see through it.
I shan't be shaken by you, fathomless creature. Whatever you may be, I will fight. For you have slain one of my brethren, and I will not forgive this.
And he starts running towards you immediately. What do you guys do?
Now, Alex, now!
Run!
And,
Yep, I'm grabbing her and running.
Oh shit!
I opened the door.
As quick as possible. You just turn, you run toward it. You can see that you don't have to open it, you can just walk through
okay.
it. But do you allow to be taken, or do you stand there? It just begins running.
I will allow Alex to grab me, but I
Good
don't
choice.
go with him. I just let him pull me, and I'm going to cast protection from evil and good on myself
Okay.
in preparation.
As you are pulled, do you allow him to pull you through the threshold? Sir Cedric, are you going through the threshold? Are you staying outside? What are you
I'll
guys
wait
doing?
till everyone's through until.
Do you allow him to pull you through
I'll
the
walk
threshold or not?
Yes.
Not you, Cedric. You're standing outside until the last moment.
Yes.
As you're pulled through the threshold, Cedric, you see her go in. The creature's almost upon you. Do you step inside? As each of you step inside, it gets there, right to the door, and the hand shoots out, but its fingers crumple amidst the transparent kind of moonstone door. And it pulls it away. the figure in the chest smiling as drool just kind of gapes out with green mucus that plops across the ground. I will see you soon, Jophiel. Ta-ta. And it turns and it leaps away into the darkness. You can hear the battle getting ever more escalated in the distance as each of you now stand in a corridor.
That was very dumb.
That was.
I could have died.
Yeah. Yeah. Next time you grab the amulet, I'll grab her.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
I felt like I had to do something, so...
No, it was a good move.
Oh, are you okay, Jophiel?
No.
That's a valid way to feel.
That's a fine answer. So you have old friends?
I suppose.
Yeah.
Why would they die for me? That isn't the way.
You're super important.
It matters not.
Apparently.
I am here for those that walk this earth, not the other way around.
Is that one of us rolling dice?
Yes, sorry.
Oh, it's overpowering. Sorry, honey. Dude, don't roll dice unless we're rolling dice, please.
I was just playing with dice.
Fiddling.
It's okay.
But,
I mean, yeah, I get how you feel. But, like, here, let me put it the difference. If you die, millions die, possibly. If one of us dies, that's just one.
Yeah.
but it is me that they want. It is my name that they call.
Right, because you can protect probably the most. I don't know
Yes.
how. And it's still really hard to believe you are who you are because the coincidences would be astronomical for me to get here. But it really seems like you are. So maybe don't sacrifice yourself.
Yeah, let one of us do that.
Yeah.
Yes, Jophiel, some things are worth dying for. It's your job to make sure that their losses aren't in vain now.
And besides, I'll be in bed by 75, so if I die early, that's fine.
What a way to make light of such situations, Sir Dawnkeeper.
You gotta do something.
I feel I have failed you. I have failed all of you. Those of the fort.
You didn't curse me. Did you curse me? Did you?
I haven't. No, I don't feel
See?
as though I could.
See, you're fine.
Trust me. Lorian can take care of himself. And those that he is sworn to protect.
Yeah, how did Lorian get so strong, by the way? Did I miss this when I was in my room for like months at a time?
I mean, probably, yeah.
You do
I should get
recall
outside
that-
more often.
You do recall that Lorian is about 15 to 20 years your senior.
He does have a likeness of Elmodan himself without being him. It is admirable for someone like him.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of never tell him this, but I may have looked up to him a little when I was younger.
Yeah, don't tell him that.
Yeah, no, that dies with me, don't worry.
Yeah, secret safe for me.
But it pushed me to train harder, so I guess it worked. Kind of looking around, but on depressing matters.
Yeah, where in the fuck are we?
You guys stand in a long corridor. Ancient, strewn rubble. You can kind of see it before us. We do have a visual representation.
Oh shit, I didn't see that.
So Everett and Sir Cedric, if you're kind of watching the stream, you guys are kind of positioned right here. This is more for visual representation. You don't see any creatures or anything of the like, but an old ruined corridor. I will say that other than the light that has been cast on some of your items, and perhaps the moonlit key that is now in your possession, your inventory, if you guys want to write that down, that is what is emitting light to allow you to see. You can see a wooden door down at the end of the corridor on the other side of this map here.
Is the fox around?
The fox was swallowed up into a rift in the ground.
I'm kind of holding it.
It didn't return.
Yes, it's kind of occupied at the moment. I
been
have a
careful.
torch.
Is
Okay,
the little thingy still putting off any light?
Yes.
Okay.
It does emit 10 feet of moonlight in bright moonlight, and then 20 feet of
10
dimmer.
Okay.
10 by 20.
10 by 20.
So 10 bright, 20. Up to
I
20
shall
of dim.
lead the party as I need no light.
So as you walk forward, what was your passive investigation again?
11, I think. Hang on. Oh, sorry, 13. Oh, investigation, sorry. 11, yeah, 11.
Okay, so as you move forward amidst the party here, you do notice something interesting. For a moment, your visage kind of flashes, and everything around you seems to be pristine and lit. And the walls are slick and inlaid with green emerald. But then it flashes back to the current. Who's my highest passive investigation again?
Me
think-
and
Yes.
Cedric.
It's 13.
So you two notice on either side, left and right of the corridor, that there are equipment nooks. And the one on the left has kind of dusty items kind of sat up into it.
Well, not doing much use in there. Let's take a
Yeah.
look.
Walk over.
Yep.
What'd you like to do? It's just kind of, it looks like a cowl that's been wrapped around some stuff.
This place has seen better days.
I'll take the cowl. Put it on myself.
As you kind of pull it down and you immediately try it on, right? And some things
Yeah.
drop down. Jophiel, you turn and you look at Alexander and you recognize the cowl he's wearing. It's yours.
Oh,
Does it look cool?
It does look very cool. You'll have to explain to us what it looks like. But you see a hooded cowl that he's wearing. And then what fell down is you see a set of robes and a set of prayer beads. All of them kind of flash in your memory like, those are my items.
It doesn't really fit, Alex.
No, it's too tight.
the
Actually,
You have a big head.
the cowl, it looks like it's like a pure white, and then it's lined with it's got like a little barrier of like lined, and there's like a little bit of blue there, like a faded blue, light blue. The prayer beads are of silver, very much like the ones that I have, but a little bit more fancier, a little bit more sparkly. And then what was the other item? Robe?
Robes?
The robes, they look, they're just a very basic off-white. But then you can see where the robes themselves had some sort of something laying on top of it at points, like maybe the robes had some sort of like pieces laying on it, like maybe armor or some other equipment laying on top of it for a while. Like it wasn't like floofed right.
You also have an old satchel that was yours too, but it's just kind of been decayed over time. But as you look down, it does seem that there were 2 potions sitting there along with a scroll. As you go through all of it, you're going to need your notes for this. It's the hooded cowl of Twilight. So let me know when you're ready, because I'm going to have to rapid fire this at you so we can keep going. But this is your equipment that you've been lacking.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, so Hooded Cala Twilight, which gives you a +1 to wisdom saving throws.
+1. Okay.
The Robes of the Ethereal Priest, which gives you a +1 to AC.
Robes of the Ethereal Priest.
Yep, +1 to AC.
Ethereal Priest. Okay.
The Sacred Band of Prayer. This allows you to cast 1 additional first-level spell per day.
Sacred Band of Prayer. Which one was that exactly? Is that the?
That's the prayer beads.
Okay.
And then your old satchel deteriorated, but within it were 2 healing potions, minor, and a scroll of bless.
Oh.
You've been reacquainted with your items of old, Jophiel.
And then what were the two? Sorry, what were the 2 potions again? Just 2. Was it 2
Minor
potions?
healing potions.
2 minor healing potions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you said something about a potion of bless.
No, a scroll of bless.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Alexander.
So I look at the cloak. I look at Jophiel. Look at the cloak. Oh, this is yours. Here you go.
Hey,
That satchel doesn't look so good.
I hadn't seen someone wear that besides myself, so I was fascinated by you wearing it for a moment. I apologize.
I just was window shopping. That's my apologies.
Dust off some of the pieces. Yeah, there you got.
Can I see your
stuff on
satchel real quick?
Yes, but it
The crappy one.
it might fall apart. Yes, this is the only one I have.
I could probably do something with that.
Okay.
I sort of grab it. I'm going to cast Mending on it, so you get to decide how much that fixes it or not fixes it. But I'm just gonna look at it and start like, that's kind of messed up. A little bit.
As
Binge out.
as it is about to, I guess as it about falls apart in your hand, you cast Mending, and it just gets it enough to where it's worn, but not like pristine condition.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
Yeah.
where that's essentially when she says, "Oh, that looks much better, like the day
Yeah.
I last saw it." Maybe.
Yeah, and Ophius will call this vintage. Get some good silver coins for it.
Yeah,
There you go.
To be honest, people will take new things and wear them down and then sell them for higher prices.
What?
Yeah, I did that. I'm not gonna lie.
That's bizarre.
Yes,
I've never
yeah.
heard such things.
Yeah, it's really silly. It's really silly.
Listen, people pay for it, and if I have an afternoon to kill, I'll just dirty up a cloak or two, just turn it around.
Yeah. Have you ever pre-cut holes in trousers and then sold them?
For me
for more?
personally, no.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have done that to sell it to more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, see, that's because we work, and we know how easy it is to get
Well,
holes in them.
You work. I
Yeah,
get.
that's fair. You think I work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do get chemical burns in my clothes. That's kind of difficult to deal with.
Maybe I should think. Nah.
It's not for everyone.
Yeah, no. That just gets me in trouble. Does this architecture look like if you had to, date it like Roman, like a period of time?
Go ahead and roll for me a history check.
I will aid you because I have proficiency in that.
Sure.
Yo. I read a book once. 22. Maybe more than once.
With a 22, it just reminds you of your early teachings about the Sovereign Pillars. The era of which the Triumvirate still walked the lands, the pillars themselves. The architecture just seems to be in accordance to temples of that time frame, because there are those temples that are reminiscent of that, even in the city of Ophius. as you kind of go through and begin to look around the walls and things, you do find a mural of sorts. And it's heavily dusted, but at the very top it says the Sovereign Pillars, but everything below it's kind of a sheened in dust. I would say that as he's kind of looking around, Cedric, this does catch your eye because it does say the Sovereign Pillars. What's interesting about it is the form of the medallion above it. Again, you see the silver medallion with 4 pillars instead of 3. Everything below it, like I said, is covered in muck and dust.
I'm gonna take that medallion. Is there like a... Actually, I could do it without like a hole in it. I'm gonna take some string and kind of crisscross it across the medallion, and then make like a necklace out of it.
Sure. Yeah, you can go ahead and give for me just a basic dexterity check, and then you can just a straight up dexterity check to just see how well it turns out.
18.
Yeah, with an 18, I mean, as you're kind of as Cedric approaches and begins to look, you begin to do that really quickly. As you kind of hold up that moonlit medallion, it does almost eat away at the wall itself. The grime and things, and it begins to show what's underneath. And as if each of you kind of gather around it, Cedric, you kind of see it first and begin to read it, and the rest of you. If you refer to those that can, to Legend Keeper, there is a tab called the Sovereign Tree, and what is on that page shows you everything that you see.
Oh wow, I see everyone's little mousies.
Oh.
So, for those that can't see this, what the players see is at the very top, it says the Sovereign Pillars, and then there's these arching lines that go to different places. To the left, it starts with the Lord of the Void, Voidwrath, and then it lists off his Twilight Heralds. But then next to it, it says something that really interests you, Sir Cedric, because you've never heard of this entity ever. It says Lord of the Veil, Velarch, and his Knights of the Veil. But then to the right of it, it begins to make more sense. The Triumvirate, Essos, Elmadan, and Eliel, and then it lists the 13 Knights of the Triumvirate, of which one of them is Jophiel. And then to the very right of that, it says the Branded Pillars, which, as you know, those history buffs amidst the realm, those are the minor gods akin to the Triumvirate, the ones that didn't ascend quite as far. And then below that, it shows a bit of another outline, the Planes of Existence. And this is where things get a little bit more interesting, as you guys would like to look. Uh-oh. I can't drag it down.
Yeah.
Why can't I scroll down on my own thing?
You just have to try really hard.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, you just not trying hard enough.
I really want it.
There we go.
See?
So, as you look at the planes of existence, I usually have a mouse. Legend Keeper, make it to where I can scroll on a page. I don't even know what they call it. It's like a story tree page. Anyway, that's something I would like. Anyway, as you look at the planes of existence, it does outline that. And some of you know about these, but you didn't know about the full diagram, at least. This is all kind of like news to you in some ways. So there is the world soul, which in Alora, that's akin to Faerun's kind of prime material plane. And that's where you reside. You know that much. And then there's the sea that leads to the Shrouded Isles. But then it shows that apparently that is the dominion of something. And then to the right you see the Furrowed, which is the dominion of the Branded Pillars. And then up to the north of the world soul you see Silver Coins, which is essentially heaven, which is the dominion of the Triumvirate. And then to the south you see Tarnished Coffers, which is the dominion of the Twilight Heralds. The Shrouded Isle seems to be the dominions of the Knights of the Veil, which again is something that, Sir Cedric, you've never learned of, and you are of the Triadic Conclave. But then beyond that, there are these lines that each hold 13 seals, and beyond them is the Veil and the Void. It seems to be a full diagram of things.
Huh.
And with,
I knew this was
Go ahead.
books about rumors of multiple planes and dimensions, but didn't think I'll see proof of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's because most people called them a heretic and brushed it off as crazy talk. Because it's crazy talk.
Well, does that look crazy to you? Well, I mean, it looks crazy, but
Yeah, kind of.
I don't think my eyes are playing tricks on me on this one.
You know, we're not really the religious type. Maybe we should ask, one of the professionals.
As you look to the professionals before you get their input, one of them is kind of jumping around on both legs and looking for a laboratory. So we're going to take a quick break so that some of us can go pee really quickly, and we'll be right back.
I'm glad she just said to pee. I thought it was...
I know that cut's so harsh, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're
it's
back.
Okay. Hello.
Hey!
Don't worry, Jophiel didn't pee in a corner.
No,
Yet.
I just squatted.
So we jump back into session. So you see the mural of the entirety of the sovereign pillars and the planes of existence.
So Cedric?
Please enlighten us.
I wish I could. This is my first time learning of this as well. This veil.
So are we all heretics now? I feel like we just found out something we shouldn't have known. Well, we should know.
Maybe times of the past. And lost teachings.
I point towards Eliel's name.
Iliel?
Iliel, sorry.
I would say that as you point toward the name, you can see that it's slightly cracked. Go ahead and, what's your passive perception?
17.
Again? 17? As you look, you can see shimmering lines coming from the area of the sovereign pillars. You can see that there are 4 lines technically that are unbroken. From Essos, Elmadan, and Eliel, 3 shimmering lines lead down unto the planes of existence. They break off right before it gets into the mural. But then there is a 5th line that comes from Valark. And that one's broken. Let me reiterate if I didn't say it. There's 4 lines, Essos, Elmadan, and Eliel, and Voidreth. 4 lines that gleam that lead down to the planes of existence.
Oh, yeah.
But a single one is broken. That one's coming from Valark.
Okay.
As I look towards Valark, do I remember why his line is broken?
So, you do have your first memory, which does give you quite a bit of knowledge up to that point. And this is for you. If you wish to indulge this to the party, it's up to you. Whenever the world was formed after Alora's last major calamity before it was reborn, there were gods that came to this world. The sovereign pillars, they called them. So Jophiel, they consisted of Voidreth, of the Void, Valark, beyond the Veil, the Triumvirate, Essos, Elmadan, and Eliel. They were a new governance of Alora, and they rebuilt it. Whenever it came time to send out the call for individuals to come and inhabit this world. What you know is that Valark wanted to enslave these people as they came, to make sure that the gods had complete dominion and power, always. Valark was in turn cast out by the Triumvirate and Voidwrath. And what you know is that Voidwrath was the brother of Valark. And up into that memory that you had, all that you know amid that memory is that there was some speak of a return of Valark. And that's where your memory ends. Now, if you would like for the party to have that information, that's up to you. But you also know that, considering you know the current year, these memories are, let's get an exact count here, about 130 years old.
It's a little dated.
Over a century.
I'll be honest, I can't believe I forgot that Valark was here as well.
As you say that, do you want that information that I said, do you want to explain that to them for the purpose of RP, no?
I would explain it to them that Valark was there when everything was created, and that he had ill intentions, so he was cast out, yes.
Okay. So each of you are now of the understanding of that.
Before we press any further, pull out my backpack, get like a paper and a quill, and I just want to do my best job of like remaking that.
Sure.
Just in case it needs to come up again.
Take the next several minutes to begin to jot this down, sure. So you can add this to your inventory, and it's within Legend Keepers, so you can pull it up at any time.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Also, so we saw Lorian try to summon one of these gates, right?
Yes.
Green, right? Which one was broke? Like
Iliel's
down the line
was broken. Well, okay, so with
first
hindsight's
or
2020,
last, or-
it was one of the first seals.
All of these.
Yeah, but
I would
And
say
just
that.
one.
So you're smart at what's your intelligence?
this fair.
What's your intelligence?
I don't think it's that good. Oh, it's better than I thought. It's a 16.
Okay.
Whoa.
My wisdom's the bad
Just
one.
your general intelligence points to the fact that the Elate Seal represents the 13 Knights of the Triumvirate. One of them is broken, and that creature apparently threw Iliel's corpse toward you. General history tells that the 13 Knights of the Triumvirate, after the rebuilding of the world, after the great calamity that was Voidwrath, they walked until they became frozen in time.
Yeah.
If this is Jophiel, she is awakened. If that was Iliel, he was awakened and murdered.
Yeah.
There is no true order to the Elate Seal. Every seal
I see,
is similar, but one of them is broken.
I see. Okay.
They kind of reform as they go, but as one is broken, it always starts at what would be essentially on the seal. Like if it was a clock with even more numbers, it would be at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
And then it goes all the way around. Yeah, it's kind of a half circle.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming you did this on a purpose in the diagram. So as
I did.
he's copying it down, I'm just gonna pick a random one then and kind of
Sure. Try and mark it out on the wall or on the paper.
on the paper. Right,
So-
because if it's cracked on, well, I don't know. How would you draw it? Would you have drawn it cracked?
Did you
or
draw the?
it-
Yeah, that's a good
Perfect.
question. Did you mark out Iliel's name? Alexander?
As
As you drew it,
since he's
Iliel's-
dead, yeah, I would like
Yeah, okay.
cross it or like make a mark being like knowingly deceased or something like that.
Like strike
Sure.
through.
Sure.
Yeah, I just wanna,
And you want to try and put a line through a different one?
just through so the little green dots.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as a reminder that seal not only is he
Understood.
dead, but that seal is also.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understood.
Okay. So, with my very limited knowledge of things greater than me, if she's awake, and she's one of the 13, and Iliel was awakened, but they both have amnesia, so that means the rest of them could be awake, have no idea where they are, who they are, what they are, and are being possibly hunted by whatever that was outside the gate.
I think Elio was still frozen whenever he fell to whatever that was.
Well, that's even scarier, because that means that this thing just has the power to awaken them and then kill them, as they're stuck as statues.
I think it means we need to make haste.
Yeah.
Perception 17.
Post haste.
What about the branded pillars? Dude, they helped. They helped the triumvirate, right?
There is not actually a lot of teachings of the branded pillars.
Just Ophius, really.
Even for, I mean, they're just lesser gods that some worship. But when it comes to their deeds during the Great Calamity, the era of Voidwrath, there's actually not that speaks of them. You actually think back of your general history classes, and you realize, even though you follow Olcanis, right?
Yeah.
And you Alexander follow Calum, there is general history of them as people, but there's nothing about their deeds during the war.
Well,
At all.
Like they came after.
Not that they came after; they were definitely
just
there within the
absent.
histories.
Oh,
During,
okay,
it's just
okay.
absent from.
It wasn't
Yeah.
written.
Jophiel, I will say that you do, you do recognize one of the names. It's kind of a flash of memory that just hits you as you're looking at the Knights of the Vale. There is one that, as you're looking at the mural, that seems to be just barely highlighted, as if the sheen of stone is just a shade brighter. Ithrin. And then Ithrin. And then as that name hits you, you think of outside. And you think of that creature. And you have a sudden realization.
Ithran was the one being carried by the giant.
In general terms, they're one entity. But
Oh,
what I'm saying is that you realize that you've seen that creature before. You do remember him as Ithrin, one of the Knights of the Vale.
I point to his name and I say, I believe we've just seen him walking the moral
Ithran.
plane. Ithran.
Are
I
they
know
all as
not
strong as
why.
him?
Yeah.
You
I
do.
know.
Go ahead.
No, I know not why, but his name stands firm as though I just saw him. And I believe that is the one we encountered.
You do remember his full title, Ithrin the Riftmaker.
Ithran the Riftmaker. And he did create rifts, indeed. At least a rift before us.
there any other murals, drawings, just this?
General depictions of the factions, the triumvirate. The Order, the Ascendant Flame, which you can point out very easily, Sir Cedric. And then the Order of the Locket. And then... Oop, is that her? Or is that Rosie? That's flapping her tail. Beanie, go lay down, baby. Go lay down. Go lay down.
Must have been hitting the table.
Yeah, she's making a lot of noise, unfortunately. I have forgot my third. It's the Order of the Ascended Flame, the Order of the Locket, and then... Oh, I forgot my third. The animals are throwing me off pretty bad. I'm gonna find it real quick because I want to. Oh, faction sigils. Unfortunately, none of you actually follow all three. Oh, here we go. All right, so we have... Oh, the Harmonious Choir. There we go. So the Order Ascended Flame is tied to Essos. The Harmonious Choir is tied to Eliel. Then the Order of the Locket is tied to Elmadan. So within the church, each kind of following of one of the triumvirate did segregate, but they come together under the Triadic Conclave. But everyone holds strong beliefs to their true god. So Sir Cedric is a follower of Essos. He's a member of the Order of the Ascendant Flame. Those of the Branded Pillars, it's just like a typical being within the world that follows God.
Yeah.
But your God, you kind of look toward Olcanus, and then Alexander, you look toward Caleb.
And I know that, like, Lorien would have been Elmadan.
Yes. Yeah, so that kind of all comes together for you as well.
Okay. Well, that's a lot for right now.
That is a lot.
Forgive me for not pointing it out earlier.
Well, I mean...
We haven't had a lot of time
and
for
you
that.
don't really have all your memories, so...
I feel like I've ill-spoken much, so I must apologize.
But I do think this is very pertinent information that those above Sir Cedric might want... Well, some of it they might want to know.
Well, you must know that the creatures that we fight, though unrecognizable and frightening, I do not think are void-bound. They are veil-touched. Which is even more terrifying in itself. As there were reasonings, as I've said, that they weren't supposed to wander this world.
So all the more reason to warn of their forthcoming?
Yes.
Okay. But how do you think your superiors would take this information, Sir Cedric? Are they going to be like, y'all are crazy, please leave, or burn them at the stake? Because that kind of determines whether or not I really want to tell them anything.
I have no distrust with them. I will certainly be taking it up whenever I return to the Conclave. I don't know. It could be information that they maybe have forgotten. Maybe they do know. Maybe they don't know.
Okay. Well,
I'm not going to make a snap judgment just yet.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. But sounds like our next mission is to get you to the Conclave.
Yeah.
Where's the Conclave?
Well, it's not in here, so we might need to get out of here first.
Yeah, fair. One step at a time.
Yes, I need to return to Duskendale.
Okay. Well, let's go see. Let's go see if the door's unlocked.
Yeah.
Beanie, I need you to go lay down, baby.
Go lay down.
Go lay down, Beanie. Go lay down. I love you, but you're making so much noise. Go lay down. Good girl. Go lay down. Good girl doesn't mean come back. Go lay down. Go lay down. So what I do want to emphasize, Sir Cedric, Beanie, go lay down. If she doesn't go lay down, she's gonna have to go back upstairs, honey. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Not that I want her to. I just don't want her to knock over a camera or a light. But she's making a lot of noise with the tail of judgment that she has. That thing slaps so hard. Anyway.
It matters not if you follow the 3 or the other 2. Your tail will be hurt.
She's being so loud, and I love you, but you're being so loud. This is not your fault. You just have a fat tail. What I do want to emphasize, Sir Cedric, is that everything here, everything that is not amidst your general knowledge of the Triadic Conclave, of which you have followed within the light of your sovereign pillars, it's almost blasphemous. You've been taught that Void Wrath is vile, evil. Jophiel's initial memory didn't make a lot of sense to you. You've never heard of Veil Arc. This all seems to be off-putting, to say the least. So what would you guys like to do?
I'm gonna go walk, or I'm gonna check out this basic wood door.
Yeah. It's not fully closed due to time. It's kind of hanging off the hinges a little bit. It's partially open. There's not much light coming through, but I will say, interestingly enough, the light that is coming through seems to be of a torch.
Mm-hmm. Is there,
excuse me,
air moving through?
No open air. Okay. I would say that it gets warmer as you go further. You do notice that.
Okay, so yeah, it doesn't lead out, but it's still underground. Wait, he said the last door he hasn't got through. So, okay, well, maybe if we continue, this will make more sense.
Yeah.
This is all stuff Lorian has already figured out.
Mm-hmm.
So, the story continues?
Story does continue.
I like that.
I'm gonna kind of peek my head in.
You kind of peek in. You see yet another kind of partially ruined chamber, but there is a single torch that is lit. As you're kind of peeking in where it's askew, you would just see the wall kind of ahead, kind of open, pillars thrown down similar to here. You do see a statue in the far left corner, because that's kind of all you can see. You can't see the far... Okay, when I say left corner, the one closest to you, you don't see the far left corner.
Right.
Because of your vantage.
Right.
The statue to the left is of a tall figure with a sword kind of held this way. It goes down, but it's partially broken, and the statue is mostly emblazoned in black.
Even though the torchlight should be hitting it?
The torchlight is hitting it. It's just it's painted
black.
In black, yeah.
Well, if everybody's ready.
Yeah.
Jophiel, did you put your stuff on?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Way ahead of you.
Excuse me.
I am armored, although I still feel a little uneasy.
Well,
these corridors appear dark and unkempt. You never know what could be lurking. But through the dark, I will see through.
Well, let's see what happens. I'll throw the door open.
All right, so I do have a visage of this room for you. Let's see if I can hit it without... Actually, I'm just going to play it safe and pull it down so I don't reveal anything further.
Oh.
All right, so... You lot enter the room. and you begin to, and you do see, like I said, statues.
Oh boy.
So, I'm dim of light, so I have to I have to look a little bit here. Oh, didn't mean to hit the mic. I apologize.
You're gonna do it again. You're so close.
Let's see.
Watch out, honey. You're gonna hit it.
I want to hit it.
Put your head down when you go back.
Yeah, that does not look comfortable whatsoever.
Oh, what I'm doing?
Yeah, my back would be screaming.
Sorry, microphone. I'm not used to this yet. I'll get used to it. I'm so sorry. I apologize. So, as you enter the chamber, apologies for that. Things will get better. We're getting used to all these things. As you enter the chamber, as you can see it here, it's very much ruined. It seems to be, Cedric, as you walk in, it's reminiscent of the Triadic Conclave's prayer chambers, filled with benches, old candles, things of that nature. To the left, you do make out that first statue, clad in black. In the top left, you see yet another statue, but this one clad in silver. As you look kind of to the top right, you see yet another clad in gold, and then over here, one clad in blue.
Do the colors, no, never mind, that's really vague.
And you guys are just kind of standing here. It's very dark kind of as you're looking at it, and I realize that. So that's why I've kind of pointed them out. So black, silver, gold, blue is how we're going to ornate this.
So, and no door on the other side.
There is a door on the other side, so kind of ignore these two side ruined chambers here on the animated battle map.
Yeah.
Hello, Rosie. Beanie, go lay down.
So, well, I'm going to just go check the door.
On the other side?
Yeah.
How far you want to move
Start
up here? You just kind of...
Yeah, I mean, I'm just slowly walking up.
You get about that
checking
far.
Everything out.
You get about that far before all of the stone statues kind of slide in your general direction.
I'm going to stop.
And as you stop, you hear kind of in unison. Are you zealous?
Sir Cedric,
I'm
they're calling for you.
I'll walk over there.
So Cedric, you move forward, and all the statues kind of align to you. Are you zealous?
I am.
Each of them begin to pull free their swords that kind of come from some unseen sheath, each alighting in black, silver, gold, and blue as each of them take a step forward. And they begin to walk toward you menacingly. Everyone roll initiative.
All
It's
for the
combat
fight
time.
statues.
Oh. I just realized I didn't do something.
She didn't do a thing.
Hang on. If I can do it to myself, I'll just do it to myself.
I did
I
it
hate to do
again.
that.
I
You
did,
did
it
it
again.
You done did it again?
Oh, yeah, I would do it to myself. Vigilant blessing, so I bless myself.
It's tough to remember. It's tough.
I know. I know it.
I'm just glad it wouldn't.
Wow.
I'll just
hey,
move it up
I
a
want
bit
you to
for
look
right
at
now.
this.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's not right.
Well, I'm actually starting with you.
That's why I roll.
Jophiel, what'd you get?
Nice.
Regardless, it's a 5.
Yeah.
She rolled with advantage and wound up with two
2
fours.
4s.
Hey, you getting him out of there?
Everett?
21.
Cedric.
1 minus 1 is 0.
There's no
Listen, faith is strong in us.
I did it again.
Be careful with the claps and the
That's
screens,
tough.
unfortunately. I'll be able to fix that for next time.
Okay.
So 0?
Yeah. Yeah, 0.
0.
0.
Is that
1 minus 1.
possible? Like, can
It's
you-
possible.
No, when
It
you
just
dump
happened.
decks,
I've done it.
it's
I've done it
possible.
multiple
if you
times.
dump
I rolled
decks, you can have a negative to it.
It done.
I
done.
rolled a -1 a long time ago.
Wow. Yeah.
Alexander?
13 plus 2, 15.
15? My animals are going wild. Is Beanie back over here? Oh my god. Thankfully it's a battle, so I don't mind a little bit of extra noise. But you animals, she's underneath the rug right now. Rosie, no! Bad girl!
I told you the eclipse is coming. All the animals have lost their minds.
This is driving me nuts right now.
You'll be okay, honey.
It is, other than the fact... Alexa, lights on!
It's all
Everything's falling apart!
Chaos.
Okay, so... I have to roll my initiative.
Yeah, you
That's
do.
important. Alright. Okay. So, at the start of initiative order, we have Everett. So, Everett, sir, you
I'm
are
out front.
right
Yeah.
here up front. And you see the statues all kind of take a step forward. There we go. Good enough for now. Alright, what would you like to do, sir? They all just step forward, menacingly drawing blades of light. What I will say, your passive perception was 17, correct?
Oh no.
Oh, it's not you?
Passive
who's the...
perception is 12.
Jophiel 17.
You're 17, sorry. I don't have it in front of me. Too many things are happening around me that's affecting my coordinates. So what is your passive perception?
12.
With a 12...
They're statues stepping
With a
toward
12, they are statues stretching towards you.
me. Yeah, but they are also armed, so I shall arm
They
myself.
do seem to be armed. Yeah.
Because that seems fair. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
So you just kind of draw your weapons and you stand there?
Yeah, I would give Cedric a look like,
Okay.
fucking, this ain't my area. If I kill it, no, maybe.
Are you muted, Ian?
He's
Yeah, I was typing.
Oh,
I'll just shrug like, oh,
Oh, fuck it. Oh, cool.
oh,
I'm going to resort to violence.
Is that your turn,
That's my
Everett?
fallback.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
they started it.
Fucking statues.
Time keeps ticking.
Time keeps ticking away.
Great job, honey.
And all they've said is, are there any markings? I guess I should have
Well, your
asked that
passive-
on my turn.
Your passive perception didn't alight you any knowledge, but that may be a hint toward the rest of you. Each of the
Hint.
creatures
Wink, wink.
moves forward. Next up in initiative here, we have Alexander. So Alexander, if you're kind of watching the stream,
Yes.
you can see my hand right here. Hello.
Okay.
This
That's
is
me.
you. To your right, to your right, you see a blue-clad statue right here.
About 15, 20 foot.
So about, 5, 10 feet away.
And my passive perception is 15. Does that garner anything?
It does.
Hey.
It does, actually.
Yay.
With a 15, what I would say is that as the figure is moving close on your right, and you also see one of the statues moving close on your left, as they're holding the blades, they kind of pull it away. Think of like ring wraith style. Is
Yeah.
kind of the creatures. It's a good way to not identify, but to kind of characterize them. In their offhand, at least the two that you can see up close, you're too far away to see the other. They're gripping in their hand a glowing piece of ripped parchment. What would you like to do, sir?
They're holding parchment? Huh. I say that out loud. Blue one. Fire.
All right. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay. 7 does not hit.
A 7 does not hit. You are for true.
I will reload. Yeah, the holding parchment, I think. That's weird. I missed my shot, so someone else is up next.
So you just kind of turn and you fire,
Reload.
missing wide left of the statue, and you say those words, fumbling. Would you like to stay where you're at, sir?
Is Sir Cedric to your right, my left? Actually, you're...
Directly in front of you.
He's actually up in front of you about 15 feet.
Okay.
So you're here.
And he's right behind me, 5 foot.
Yeah. So here is Everett, Sir Cedric, Alexander, and Jophiel.
Okay.
Okay, so we're making that triangle of pieces at the top.
Yeah, you guys are literally here. And then there are
It's weird
creatures.
because the map is reversed.
Reverse for you guys?
But then also there's the delay watching
Yeah,
it.
there's the delay.
on
I'm so sorry.
stream.
I need to find a way
No,
to
it's
give
not a
this
big
to you
deal,
more
but you,
live.
like-
This is a lot better than what it was.
Yeah,
Trying
I
to be
know.
fair, it's where I'm
fun.
not just. It's fun because you can actually see it, but there is a delay. I can
There's
actually
like a built-in-
reduce.
Yeah,
I
there's
can
a built-in
reduce the
delay.
latency of the stream to make it only like it's very short.
Yeah.
But I mean,
No, I was
just,
just saying, like, if we're pausing, because Shawn was kind of pausing, I did the same thing, like trying to listen. That we're
Right.
probably just like waiting to
Right.
see the
Oh, I'm so
animation
sorry.
actually happen.
Gotcha.
No, it's not a big deal.
That's kind of fun. Hey, listen, we're working out kinks tonight, so I apologize for animals and hitting the mic and all that. We're figuring things out. We're having a good time, and that's what matters. So, Alexander, do you want to stay put? So you have a creature to your right about 10 feet. To your left, you have a creature that's probably around 30 feet away. The other two are very much in the distance. 10 feet to your left is Jophiel. 15 feet in front of you is your other two allies. So you're here. So what would you like to do? To end your turn.
I will just reload my weapon and stay there.
All right. So in that case, we move down to Jophiel. What would you like to do, ma'am?
May I make a intelligence check? Because this is just Andrea thinking, and I don't know if my character would pick this up. Are these four pillars? These four statues, the four pillars, like each one representing Essos, Elmadan, Elial, and Voidreth?
As you look around, you do see familiarities. So, the black-clad statue you do recognize as the visage of Voidreth. The gold-clad statue you recognize as Essos. The silver-clad statue you recognize as Elial, and the blue-clad statue you recognize as Elmadan. As they kind of animated and came to life, you're seeing them now in kind of their ascended armor and cloak. They're not wearing their faces, they're completely concealed within their kind of holy armor, holding the blades of ascension. Yeah.
Which one is Essos?
Essos is the gold-clad individual, which is, I believe, here. Yeah. With the darkness, it's kind of hard to see. I did paint the minis in a certain way, but they all look the same color, so. Yeah, we have black, silver, gold, blue. There we go.
Does Essos have 17 health or less?
And that's a very interesting question to ask. Essos?
About a statue.
Yeah.
No.
Nothing happens as I cast a spell, and he resists it.
Beanie, go lay down. Beanie, go lay down.
Were you gonna
Thank
make
you.
the statue tired?
Yes. That was.
So you turn toward Essos, across the way, and you try to cast sleep on the statue, and nothing happens.
Yeah.
What would you like to do?
Can't really do anything else. I guess I will walk forward and point out that we are fighting. We're fighting.
The Sovereign Pillars?
The
The Triumvirate plus Voidwrath?
Yeah, we're fighting the Sovereign Pillars. I will point them very directly who is what. But obviously they're not they're just shadows of themselves, or shadow figures of them. Imitations.
Yeah, I mean, well, this is you what you're saying.
Yes.
You don't know this is for truth, you're just stating this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so saying that they're shadowy figures in themselves, you're not sure. You just know that they're at the very least statues that have came to life, and they are harnessing the visage of the Sovereign Pillars plus Voidwrath.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said you want to move forward?
Yeah. Move me. Go ahead and move me close to the two of them. However close I can get. 30 feet. Yeah.
Well, so
just-
for like the listeners, so tell me exactly what you want to do.
I
here.
will stand like make a triangle with the two of them if I can.
So
With me and Cedric?
yeah,
With Cedric and
Yes.
Everett?
Yeah, so you say the two of them. There's stuff everywhere, so I need you to be. Yeah, I just don't know exactly what you're asking.
Move
is
me
all.
5 feet within them.
Within Cedric and Everett.
Yes.
That's what we were looking for. I wasn't sure if you meant one of the statues or them.
Yeah.
So we were all a bit confused there. Sorry. Is that your turn?
Yes.
All right. So Jophiel went, and Sir Cedric at 0.
Whoa.
I'll start moving towards the Esso statue. And
Okay.
as I'm walking up, can I see parchment in that one's hand as well?
Yes, you do.
I want to stow my spear and attempt to take the parchment from the statue.
Actually, do think you get right in front of him. Okay, so with the Esso statue, as you walk forth, so the parchment is tightly clasped. For this one in particular, as you move toward it, I need you to make for me a sleight of hand check.
Ooh. The thing that might do it. It's going to be a 19 minus 1. 18.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so you walk up and you stow your spear, and you just tell me how it looks as you rip the parchment from his hand, because it's so quick that it's not befitting of you. It's odd to see someone not
it's almost
dexterous
like-
move this quick.
I'll backhand slide my shield over to create like a distraction of
An
sorts.
illusion.
Yeah. Sleight of hand magic, if you will, and then push it. I'll take my hand and push it through his hand, through the bottom, and then out and into my hand. Yeah, I poop it out of his hand.
Yeah.
As you do this, you gain the parchment. It does seem that there are words etched on it.
Can I see those?
So you kind of action to... I will allow you to use your action since you passed to grab it and then read it, and you've already used your movement. So this will probably accompany most of your turn here. But as you read it, it says, and you should probably take note of this, a light shines forth, a beacon cast.
I'll say that aloud to the party.
So everyone can take note of that.
Mm-hmm. A light shines forward, a beacon cast.
A light shines forth, a beacon cast. You done, my friend?
Yeah, I don't think I can do... Oh, no, I can... No, because I stowed. Never mind. No, I can't really do anything with my bonus action.
Gotcha. Top of initiative order, we have Everett.
Okay. I just saw some weird shit.
There's a lot of weird things happening.
It's a rough day for me.
Can you catch these hands?
I hope that someone catches some kind of hands.
I am going. Yeah, let's see. I fucking look around and okay, Alex is the only one who has not fucking showed up. So I'll go back to the you're back right.
You heading toward the statue?
Black, silver, gold, blue.
Yep.
Yep, because I don't know their names.
So yeah, you just know it as the blue statue currently, which is the statue of El Madan.
Oh, wait, like, hey, y'all should be buddies. Why are you okay, never mind.
And I would say that since it's been proclaimed, you do know that each of them are holding some kind of a parchment in their hand. This one is no different.
And I just saw the very slow paladin try to snatch something, so
he walked up so stoically and slow that it blew your mind as he slowly kind of put his spear away, that he was like, huzzah!
Yeah.
And it was kind of a dad moment. He was like, bloop! And grabbed it from behind. Like a gotcha moment.
Oh my god, I kind of want to boop the statue now. Don't. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if he can do it, I'm just this quick. But no, I'm actually much quicker.
I can do better.
Yeah. So yeah, I just going to stow one of my blades and try to swipe.
You're a fighter, correct?
Yeah, that's me.
You have any combat maneuvers yet?
No, that's not even me.
That is, well, yeah, the fighters don't get maneuvers?
No, it's
always.
a subclass.
Depending on the class.
Not all fighters get them?
Does a 3.
No, it's interesting. I was just asking because it could have
You can
made
take
something a lot
take
easier.
some.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It could have made
there's
something
feat.
a lot, okay. Yeah.
But I don't
So
have that.
it could have made something more interesting.
Yeah, I know I already know where you're going with
But,
that.
so what I need from you specifically, because of who you are in this statue, I'm not looking for sleight of hand. In this specific, I'm looking for a strength athletics.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah.
That checks out. That checks out too.
Yeah. 17.
17. So you do actually manage to, you grab at his hand and it's super strong and it pulls away, but then you take in another and you grab the parchment and you just barely pull it free at the last moment. So you kind of use your action for that. You pull it till you've used your movement. Would you like to read it? And this does kind of accompany your bonus action too.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't have bonus
Essentially.
action stuff. I mean, I do, but I'm not gonna use it yet.
I didn't point that out for Cedric because I didn't think he was going to even try to use a bonus action because I didn't think he had a thing for it. But I'm kind of like this, to acquire said parchment with a successful check
and
kind of
read it.
encompasses your movement and your turn. So you would like to read it, yes?
Yeah.
All right, and this was El Madan. So it says, by zealous creed, our fate is found. So by zealous creed, our fate is found.
Okay. That means bullshit to me. I would have read it out loud with a very big question mark on the end of it.
I just see, like, run up. Ugh! By zealous creed, our fate is found!
This shit didn't make sense.
This makes no sense to me!
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
God damn it!
Would you like to end your turn there,
Oh,
sir?
yeah.
What kind of cold shit is this?
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. If it's just the cold shit they say before they murder somebody.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm gonna steal one of these.
A 5 does not hit you, Jophiel, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Does a 13 hit you, Everett?
No.
I know a 7 probably isn't going to hit Sir Cedric either.
A 7 does miss.
Yeah. And then the other one is still out of range. So all of the 4 statues begin to slowly move forward, and they strike super slow with these swords. allowing you to kind of duck out of their swings. The far statue, which I believe was the silver one, is moving rather slowly. That is a Lyle. Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yep.
That makes sense.
So, next up in initiative order, let's see, we went Everett and the statues. Alexander! So Alexander, Jophiel is within combat of a statue to your left. Everett's within combat to a statue to your right. Your new friend, Sir Cedric, is in combat with a statue way up here to your right, and then there's a statue all alone over here to the left. So what would you like to do, sir?
So I'm not within, like, walking distance to, like, 81.
Yes, you are. You're within walking distance to Everett and Jophiel.
Okay, so Everett got one. Jophiel has not. I'm going to walk towards the Jophiel one.
5 feet or 10 feet?
I'm going to try to do the same thing Everett and Cedric did and grab the parchment.
Oh, okay. So you want to walk all the way up to the statue. You'll actually have advantage on this then. So this is the first one, which is Voidwrath. All right. So let's see. This one does actually require a sleight of hand check.
Okay. $17 plus 4, 21.
That's pretty good. So how would you like to snatch this one from the statue?
Look over there. Yoink.
The statue of Voidwrath looks really slowly to the corner.
Classic.
You grab it, and then it looks slowly back at you, and its eyes just continue to kind of flame up a little bit.
I love that. That is fucking great.
Oh, you followed for the classic.
And then it's slowly like rearing back.
Yeah.
These things are moving at such a slow pace. As you pull it away, would you like to read it? Encompass your turn to read it and say it aloud? Yeah. So, Voidwrath, in shadows deep and darkest vast.
I say it out loud.
In shadows deep and darkness vast. I think I said darkness, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or darkest. Darkness. So, alright. Anything else with your turn? There's nothing else you can do with your turn? Anything? Nothing for flair? Yeah.
Make sure he doesn't kill me. And I point at the statue.
Jophiel. Alexander just pointed at you and at the statue and said, please don't let it kill me. As it's kind of rearing back slowly to try and hit him. What would you like to do?
Do it.
Have it make a wisdom save.
The Voidwrath statue?
Yeah.
14.
It fails. Grovel.
You tell it to grovel, you command it?
Yeah.
It begins to slowly go to its knees and put its hand around its sword and shake.
I walk away from it.
Okay. Where would you like to go?
Alile.
You make it to Alile, who is slowly moving forward, lifting his sword.
That's all I can do.
Is that where you'd like to end your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. So, Cedric, the Esso statue before you is slowly lifting its sword. Behind you, similar actions are taking place. Each one of you are now before one of the statues. So if you can see in the delay, you're up yonder.
I will draw.
You
my
draw
spear.
your spear. Okay.
And I guess I'll just attack.
You want to attack it? All right. Go ahead and roll to hit, sir.
Okay, so 12 plus 7, 19.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Good. That is 6 plus 4 is 10.
So hitting it is like hitting a wall of stone. So your spear does not as much damage as you would wish, but it does kind of break away at the chest stone pieces within the statue. It's very much kind of in an animated state to where its ethereal visage looks like that of a real person, but underneath it's still stone. You did deal damage to it, but it is like hitting a stone wall. So, anything else with your turn, sir?
Yeah, I'll bonus action to use the pole end of my staff.
You're gonna thwap it against the face.
I'm gonna try. That is 10 plus 7, 17.
17 just hits.
So that is 3 plus 4, 7. Bludgeoning, if it matters, I guess.
You break away part of the statue's face. It's still moving forward, but you've dealt catastrophic damage to the integrity of the statue itself.
I like the sound of that. Catastrophic is good.
Catastrophic is a good word, yeah. Was that where you would like to end your turn, or anything else?
Yeah, I'll hang out in this area, but yeah,
Stay
I'm all
there.
tapped out.
Top of initiative, we have Everett.
So now we're hitting them?
I'll shrug again at Everett. I don't fucking know.
Cool, I guess we're hitting them.
What would you like?
I don't know what
sir?
to do with the parchment. So I'm just gonna fucking hit it.
Yeah.
I got paper!
To be honest, I'm starting to think we could have just fucking picked them up after we broke them, but whatever.
I feel like you say that as you
Thinking
try
This
to
is
hit
happening,
Yeah.
like, out loud.
Thinking, not my thing.
They're moving slow enough that I'll allow some witty banter amid the party.
Yeah, so I'm pretty not smart and pretty not wise. So I'm
Maybe.
just RPing my
Let's
RPing
go.
my character.
Sure, fuck it. Yeah, I want to hit shit.
Go right ahead, sir.
Yeah, I stuffed the parchment in a pouch and fucking pulled my other sword. Does that blow my action?
No, to just draw your sword.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
allow you to, because of how slow they're moving in the current
Yeah.
climate, I'll allow you to just draw it.
Cool. Oh yeah, I get to do like my whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to attack. Yeah. Don't be bad.
Oh,
bad,
shit.
Bad. Fuck. That's
Oh,
a
no.
1.
Natural 1. So as
Oh,
you draw
no.
them, you kind of slide them across as sparks go into the face of the statue of Elmadan. But he gives you a wink, and both of your swords go flying 15 feet in either direction.
That sucks. Cool. Well, that was fun.
I just made you those things.
This is fun. We're having fun.
Yeah. I didn't
So
want
you've been
to hit you
disarmed.
anyways.
And they're both on either side of you. You're like, ha! He like force grabbed them and threw them away from you on either side.
Ah, fuck.
Gonna just fucking risk it, and I'll fucking like duck, like yeah. I'm gonna Dark Souls duck to the one closest to you.
So do you want to risk an attack of opportunity
Yeah.
there? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I just
So
blew
he
my
does,
action. So
he does reach out toward you, 13.
No.
So he reaches out toward you, trying to grab you, and you just get away.
I wink back.
And you wink back at him. You get to your blade here.
Cool. I have a bonus action. Can
I will allow you to use your
Cool.
bonus action to grab it and end
Cool.
your turn there.
Yeah.
Does that sound good?
Yep.
All right, so it begins to follow you.
Hmm.
We'll start with you. I'm getting rid of this dice because I haven't hit the broadside of a bar. 7.
Oh, I was really hoping it was a 1.
With a 7, with your back to him even, he literally misses you, and it's almost as if he was aiming toward your sword,
Yeah.
and he hits where it was, embedding his into the stone right next to you. That's where it'll end his turn, and then there's one next to Alexander here. 12 doesn't hit you, sir.
No.
I'm rolling really, really bad tonight. Jophiel, there's one. 12.
Yeah.
12 does hit you?
Yeah.
Even with the cloak?
Yeah.
You're probably 11.
My AC is only 12.
Oh, so I just hit. I actually got a thing through. Nice. It is 6 points of bludgeoning damage as you're hit broadside with the
hurts.
blade. And then the last one here, 20. Unnatural 20 against Sir Cedric.
Oh god.
Oof. Damn.
7 points of bludgeoning damage to you, sir. As the statues are, like I said, they are slow, but they do hit with quite a punch. We are now down to Alexander.
So there's a person there's a statue in my face.
There's a statue in your face. Yes, sir.
And he just tried to hit you.
And he just tried to hit you, yeah.
Yes.
You're right. Jophiel turns. He just tried to hit you! Run!
I saw that. Yeah, and I can't do anything close to him because this. Yeah,
Sure
I'm
you
gonna run
can.
10. It doesn't work too well.
Where's your axe?
I'm gonna run 10 feet away from him to get out of melee combat with him.
You take that attack of opportunity?
Attack up. Yeah, I will.
All right. 23.
Ow! Reaction. It's verb elements. Whatever the fuck it's gonna be. If it's elemental.
10 bludgeoning.
Nope.
Oh, never
you
mind.
take a straight
I don't
10.
know.
Ouch.
That's
Ow!
Yikes.
rough stuff.
It drags across your back. It's going to leave one hell of a bruise from like the tip of your shoulder down to your butt crack.
Ooh.
It just drags across it. It's a grazing wound, but it's major.
You dummy.
What would you like
What
to
else
do
am I
now?
supposed to do? I want to shoot it.
You want to shoot it? So you turn and you shoot.
Natural 20.
Nice. Okay. So
Revenge!
max damage on the dice, and then roll the dice, add the modifier.
It's like he hit you just right, and as you turn to shoot with the gun, you get like right in his face.
It's I can just imagine him be like, ah, just like to the left, just you bitch.
How dare you?
How dareth you?
I've been stricken. Fuck off.
Okay, so total will be 16 piercing,
Okay.
and then another 8 lightning.
Nice.
Shit.
How would you like to do it?
What?
You actually do destroy one of the statues.
Nice.
I shoot it center mass, and like lightning sparks from it, and like just sort of crumbles.
It shatters, crumbles. The statue of Voidwrath has been felled. Anything else with your turn, sir?
Ow! Ow! They hit hard. I'm gonna reload my gun and then my turn.
Jophiel, it is your turn. Lyle stands before you.
I didn't hit him right. He's full health.
He's full health. He's still holding his parchment.
Oh, yes, right. That's right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't think about it. I will try to grab it from him. I can't
right.
see this going well, though.
So this one, as you go to reach for it, because I'm assuming that's what you're doing. Actually, tell me how you would like to go for it. I'm curious.
I'll look at him and I say, I would like that, please.
So he's like coming down with his sword, and you stop him mid-thrust, and you say,
I would like that, please.
and he hands it to you.
Oh, oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Maybe we've
Fuck,
been doing this wrong.
Oh, okay. What does it say?
That was a Lyle, correct? Mm-hmm. Yes. So Lyle says, against despair, we stand our ground. Now you have all 4. I will allow you to have a brief kind of like throwing out of the 4 different pieces and what you think about that, mainly because I gotta run and pee real quick. I apologize. I'll
I
be
mean,
right
is there
back.
a center,
Oh shit, what was the rest of it? Against despair, what?
Against despair, we stand.
Our ground.
yes.
Yes.
There's one about light.
Yep.
A light shines forth, a beacon cast.
Yep.
By zealous creed, our fate is found.
Mhm.
In shadows deep and darkness vast, against despair, we stand our ground.
It's a poem. It's poetry.
That's scripture, buddy.
Close.
What, I don't know. I was kind of hoping it was a code.
Yeah, I think that means we just go in there and fuck them up.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm
I
starting to
mean,
think.
The statues are moving so slowly.
Stand
All
your
congregating
ground.
to the broken
Yeah.
statue of Voidwrath as each of you speak.
Although they did ask about zealotry, if we were that. So, I don't... Maybe that is a hint. It probably is. I just can't put it together. So.
I'm trying to plug in my headphones. And
I
hear what's
feel
going
like
on. There we go.
I feel like
All right.
with all these parchments, it is trying to describe a figure or a thing that stands beyond all these things. That is unchanging, unmoving, like itself a stone.
I will say that as you guys rip the parchments apart, they do seem to be each a piece of one whole single piece of paper. As you do that, but we're going to jump back into initiative order now. We just ended with Jophiel, correct?
I got
Yes.
the parchment.
Yeah, so
I don't
you...
know what else I have left.
Was that an action to ask and receive?
Yeah, to ask a question. Yeah, so an action, but you still have a bonus action and any movement left that you have.
In this room, there's nothing else I can, there's nothing there's nothing that is the center of it, right? Like, there's not like a statue or a figure or a shape of something. It is just as is. A cavernous,
Not cavernous at
Or,
all. It's just a ruined citadel.
or a ruined citadel.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
so it's an underground temple with broken pillars and stone out, like little nooks and broken doorways. One torch that's lighting the room.
There's nothing I can do then. I end my turn.
Well, what was you trying to do? You seem so downcast here. What's going on?
No, I don't really have anything I can do. I've used my action
Okay.
to get the parchment, and what I was looking for was something that might have connected the four of them physical in the room, and I'm not
There-
seeing that.
Well,
So,
there is. I mean, so you're the one with the high passive investigation, right? 17. It's
uh,
right in front of you.
perception.
Oh, your passive perception
Yeah.
is 17. Who's the high passive? No, two of you have high-ish passive investigation. With a passive perception, I mean, looking down at the paper, it seems to be but 1/4 of a full sheet of paper, of which each statue had 4 sheets of paper, as if a piece of paper was ripped into 4 pieces and handed to each individual statue, each with one sentence, as if they all come together in some way. Passive perception gives you that much. As I said, this is Whiskey Dice. We all drink a little bit as we play, so I'm just trying to help out a party member.
I mean,
I think
you're-
Alex gets it.
Your helpingness tells me we need to connect the papers.
In some
So
way, perhaps.
I will say that perhaps the papers need to be one. And I'll have my turn.
Cedric! She yells out across the chamber as you're fighting with the statue, as you hold but one piece, the spear in the other hand.
Yeah, I guess I'll attack the statue, see if I can't kill it and not take an opportunity attack, because we seem to be giving those up a lot.
Yeah, I mean, someone took a pretty good hit. A couple of you
Okay,
have.
so
I'm still
12 and
alive.
7 will hit,
Mhm.
and then does 9 and 7 hit? 9 and 7 is
16?
16?
16.
On the, you have the Essos one, correct?
Yeah, I have the Essos.
Ah, there we go. It does, actually, yes.
Nice. On the first, it is 3. So, fuck, hold on. 3 plus 4, I think. Yeah, 3 plus 4 is 7. And then on the bonus action to hit, 3 plus 4 is 7 again. So 14 in total.
How would you like to shatter the statue of Essos?
A little. It's not joyous. It feels almost a tinge blasphemous, but
Yeah, it does.
I'll smash off the sword arm, and
Yeah.
then I'll backhand across the head of the statue and knock off the head of the statue.
In a very clean, it would have been a clean death if it was a real person. And you kind of turn on your heel. What would you like to do?
I'll take my movement and head back towards the center of the room to kind of localize with the party.
Oh, hey, you walked right past something cool and shiny on the ground.
don't think he had any more action
I mean,
economy.
he
than
doesn't.
that.
Fuck, he didn't. Yeah.
That's
Damn,
not
can I
his spear
kick
on the
it?
ground, is it?
When I'm walking, can I kick it?
It's kind of dark in here. What's that?
Like, hey, what the bink?
This check doesn't even
shit.
matter. I just want to see what you roll. Roll for me a performance check.
Bounce off
Is
her
that
rock.
a sword?
As you try, as you mean kicking the sword in the direction of your party members, I want to know if you roll bad enough to accidentally do it.
Performance would be 7 and 4, 11.
Oh, 11's actually pretty okay.
Yeah.
So
He's
you just
charismatic, you know?
So
Gotta
you-
put on a good show.
yeah, you just kind of you walk past and you like feign kicking it in the direction of your party member, but
It
nothing
spins
happens.
in place.
Yeah, just kind of
You
like
kick
it's
it, like you kick it right on the tip, and it just.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for trying.
You're kind of
Just
in the middle of the
toilet
chamber
bowls.
here, close to Alexander, and then Jophiel and Everett are still within combat of their respective statues. Is that your turn, sir?
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I got.
Top of initiative order, we have Everett.
Oh, let's fucking try this again.
You have one blade.
Yeah, that's.
It's called
that's
dueling.
Good enough.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna attack.
Go right ahead, sir.
I was gonna say, couldn't be near as bad. That's not. Okay, that's a 14. Matt, 21.
21
No,
hit.
I think it might be more than that, but it's 21.
You know, that and
That's
more
the
actually
number I
hits.
said.
So it must be for true.
6.
Full true it is.
Why can't I do the math tonight? 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8
8.
damage to that feller.
How would you like to destroy said statue
Well, I'm not going
of
to.
Elmadan?
Yeah. I'm not gonna use the. I'll use the flat of my blade because I don't want to have to sharpen it later. So.
Okay, so you just kind of like, and then like cracks begin to ripple out, and it just
Yeah.
kind of before you.
And then. Wait. Oh, there's only one left. Right?
There's only
In front of
one left, sir.
Jophiel? Oh well, that's easy.
Throw your sword at it. Why not?
Well, no, you don't throw swords. You throw axes. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, can I move?
I mean,
kind of.
You did throw some swords.
You can.
I mean,
If
kind
you
of.
want.
Yeah. That way I don't hit Jophiel.
Yeah, I mean, by my sight, as you strafe kind of 20 feet to the left, you have line of sight 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet to hit the target. It's 20 feet, technically, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20 feet.
Okay, shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's still in range. 15?
To hit, that one is, the second in the
Lyle.
pecking order, which is...
It's a Lyle.
It is a while. Even I'm having a hard time keeping track of my own minis. That one does hit, yes.
Hey, let's go. It's still a D6. It's always a D6.
I should have did what Andrea did with her mini, because it's a good idea. She painted the base of her mini blue to kind of match her character. And it stands out so well on the battle map that I should have did that with the bases of my minions, because it was all color-based.
That'd be a 9 damage.
Like red bee.
9 damage on that one in particular. It's still very much as standing as you embed your tossed hand axe into its chest.
Well. Yep. Yeah, I got a dagger, not throwing it. That's me. Cool beans.
It is now the singular statue that remains. It reaches
Yes.
down to the hand axe, it rips it free, and then it tries to throw it back at you.
Ah.
Everett? 19.
Well, yeah, that's gonna
Does
get
it
it.
have disadvantage because I'm next to it?
That one's gonna bite you.
It is a tossed attack. Natural 20 on the next one, so.
Okay, so 19 is as good as you can get.
Yeah,
bro.
19. I like 19.
Ooh! 8 points of.
Oh, jeez.
That would be. It's a hand axe, so that's slashing?
Yeah.
Or sword.
Yeah.
Was it a sword?
Hand axe.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
okay.
the FedEx.
Yeah, so
I'll
it
try
comes
to-
through,
I'll try
and
to
you,
grab it, but it.
it kind of goes through and it slashes across your chest,
almost lose face.
cutting you open.
Yeah, oh, like I catch it here.
It's like, hick. Oh, I got it, guys.
Super
And then blood
cool.
kind of.
Ooh.
That hurt. I still caught it though. Like, that's cool.
Alexander,
Yeah,
you
she got
just
it
watched
right.
this happen. So you stand here.
Yep.
So right in front of you, in the direction of the last enemy statue, Jophiel's in your way.
Okay.
If you're wanting to attack the creature, would you like to try and do that? Is that what you're going for?
So I got a weird question to ask.
Sure,
Where is Everett's sword that's on the ground?
Yeah.
25 feet to your right.
Ooh, it has line of sight. I'm gonna use catapult to launch it
Fucking
towards the
sick.
statue. So that needs to make the deck save a 13.
This is kind of fun.
Yes, I was wondering if the spell worked like that. to be
12?
honest.
Ooh, sword filled. 7 plus 8.
I think that's fun. There's some people in the way, but I'm going to allow it. It's going to skirt right between Sir Cedric and Jophiel.
We like see it coming. And go, oh god!
15 bludgeoning damage.
You guys kind of like Neo and what's the Trinity?
Trinity, yeah.
Yeah.
Out of the way as it flies between you two. What was the damage?
15 bludgeoning.
Damn.
Oh, nice! Wow. Okay. So how do you know what?
Being a slip on.
No offense, Alexander, but Everett, how does your blade?
Oh yeah.
He has to speak for his own weapon. I feel,
Yeah.
I feel like that's you know.
He literally flung it so fast it fucking. It flies right through it, and he's like, huh? And just. Yeah.
Each of the statues now lay felled before you. The door behind you, which you came in, is still open, but there is a door at the opposite end of the chamber that still remains sealed, as you each hold a piece of parchment from each individual statue that represented the Triumvirate and Voidwrath.
Yeah, we should unite it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my sword too.
Let me put my shoulder back in place and I'll be able to do that.
Yeah, that looked. It's almost like you should let me do the punching and you do the shooting.
You do have a nice sword. It did destroy that statue.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, look, he had some magic or something. I didn't just throw them.
No, that was all you. What are you talking about?
They slipped.
Yeah, they're, it's damp in here.
Right, so we all have a piece of parchment.
Unite that we must.
Is that
In
what we're
some
supposed
order.
to do? Okay.
I think so.
Here you go.
I just
Alright.
like get on the ground on my knees and start moving
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's got to be a certain order or something, right?
So who's putting together the order?
Thank you.
Who is the man that's reading it as he puts it together?
I don't mind doing
Yeah,
it.
who's
Or
the man for the
With
job?
Cedric grabs it.
Who would?
Who took notes?
I heard a man and a woman do it.
I believe the man who took notes should do it.
Who
Yes.
took notes?
I got
Wait.
the notes.
Okay, so Cedric took notes. Who else? I know Alex took notes. Okay, hold on. I know that Sir Cedric took notes, which is Ian, and I know that Everett took notes, which is Alex. So you're telling
Yes.
me that Andrea and Shawn did not take notes?
That is correct.
Not enough notes.
All right. So
Not
For that
enough notes.
particular encounter.
well, for this moment, it's only going to be Everett and Cedric that get to witness
Good.
it.
Very good.
Fine.
We're gonna witness something.
I'm sleeping on the couch tonight now. Fuck you guys.
What are you talking about?
I'm kidding. All right, so would you guys like to put the pages together?
Yeah, should we do it like old school style where like once it's together we kind of repeat it at the same time?
You want to?
Oh, it's so
Like some Buffy shit. Yeah,
Hold on.
let's do it.
For fun, I will send it to the Discord. How about that?
Oh fuck.
Oh,
I didn't think about this.
We've been discorded.
Yeah.
I thought I was just describing the
Yes.
thing. I didn't think he was gonna make us do the thing.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Do the
listen.
thing.
If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it right. I'm gonna
Yeah.
post it in IRL media because that's where I came from or came to. So
Jesus.
That's where I live.
that's why I live.
so there you two go. Let me know if you see it.
Yes.
I tell you what, if you guys can say it in unison, right? With like a 3, 2, 1 go, I'll give both of you an inspiration dice. If it's very like
We got this.
like this is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll even turn the music up a little bit.
Ready?
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay, there's a delay. So, how you want to count it out? Me or you?
Well, the audio should be live. You count it out. Count 3, 2, 1, and then we'll start.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
In shadows
deep
and
darkness vast, a light shines forth,
a
beacon cast. Against despair, we stand our ground. By zealous creed, our fate is found.
Yeah.
Hey, the audio's on delay too.
Yeah, it is.
He's so proud of you guys.
Our fate is found sounded good though.
Yeah.
No, we
By
hit
the
like
end
there's
of it, we
parts
were
of
there.
it we hit.
I
it.
feel like we just had a rerun of Dragon Tales there.
Yep.
You too. You gotta admit, that's pretty funny. So, as you two speak this creed, something kind of burrows up from each of the statues, and they unite in colors for a moment. Black, silver, gold, and blue. And then, as they kind of each peel together, in the center of the room, they all unite and then they shoot toward the door to the north of the chamber, and they hit it, and they kind of reveal the door in its entirety, and it begins to push open. But now sitting atop each of the ruined statues is a small shard, each glowing a different color.
I feel these are important, and I take one, whichever one's
Yeah.
closest.
I'll go to the SO statue and take that one.
So you take the gold one, and then you're taking, who are you in front of, Eliel?
Yeah.
So silver.
Okay.
So gold and silver has been taken.
I mean, I killed Elmanon. So I
Elmadan?
guess- Elmadan.
So
Yeah,
blue?
I'll take his.
And that leaves Voidwrath for you, Alexander.
Oh, unless you want to, yeah, you could.
If it,
We can
it's
switch.
surely this won't end badly for anyone involved. Me taking this one.
I didn't think. I forgot one of them is not a great guy.
Well,
No,
no.
his brother's not a great guy.
Just a shard that came out of a moving statue.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, what's the worst thing that could happen to you? You die?
So Alexander
Of course
took the black.
Yep.
Then who took... So gold was taken by Sir Cedric.
Mm-hmm. It was.
And then Eliel was taken silver by Jophiel.
Yes.
And that leaves Elmadan
Got that blue.
for blue for Everett. Elmadan.
I feel like, mate. Wait a minute.
That's kind of fun, I'm not gonna
Done
lie.
with those?
Not gonna...
Yeah, it does look fun.
I think
Yeah, I'm
you're-
having fun throwing
I
things
think
on the
you're one
ground.
paper down. I
Huh?
think you only have one paper left. I lied. There's
Oh.
3 papers. Oh God! Can
3
we get
pages
through papers?
left.
To be honest, they're just site notes. So,
Hey, there was a door.
We can go through the door now.
Is the door open?
it does seem to
right
be
there.
partially open.
I go towards the door and I open it. Oh, what was that, Sir Whitlock?
You should be a little more careful, maybe.
Very
Jophiel walks
brazen up
forward, and as she
Always.
said, she just pushes open the door as I play with miniatures. So I do have a visual representation for those watching of the next chamber. Don't worry, your minis will not be needed. No yawning.
Sorry.
Aren't you drinking monster stuff? It should
She's
be
drinking the monster
wired.
alcoholic beverage.
But we've talked about
No
this. There's
caffeine.
no caffeine involved. We're not
Oh.
repeating
You're not.
Four Locos.
I don't think you're allowed. Four Locos don't have caffeine in them anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. They used to. Boy, oh boy. As you push open the doors, you see before you a molten forge. And as you push open and you walk, you can see, and this room is immaculate. You can see emblazoned and glowing runes. And as you look at them, you recognize them. And you can read them. It seems to be of the dialect of the triumvirate of the Sovereign Pillars. And it reads, "The Pillars Forge."
I'm gonna kind of smack at Alex.
Yeah. What? I'm sorry.
It's like,
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
I
Go ahead.
I believe this is the forge of the Triumvirate, as it reads. This is not something to play with.
No, it's not.
Well, to you, to me, they could do a lot here.
Yeah, think of the stuff he could forge. Or think of
That
think of the stuff
that
his sister
you-
could forge. No.
That
Yeah,
that
she
you
can forge a
forged-
lot more.
That you
Think
forge
about
of
his
the
sister.
Holy Three can be both powerful and dangerous.
Wait.
That's what makes
Hey,
powerful.
wait. I pull out the shard. This is a shard.
What is it?
It's an ingot. And basically yours.
An ingot. It's the crystal. Okay, you want to see it here?
Does
Do you?
it kind of look like mine? Does it?
Yeah, you look closer and it is crystallized, but it seems to be the piece of an ingot. Each of them
All-
seem to be pieces of an ingot.
All these are ingots.
Oh my.
Bring them together.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. As I hand over the ingot that I have, or the piece, I am fearful of what you create with the pieces of the Triumvirate and Voidwrath. Perhaps a weapon, but a very terrifying one.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be. Forges make all kinds of stuff. Shields. Some of them even make other anvils.
Yeah. There's a matter of speak with my family.
What will you make, then, Sir Dawnkeeper?
As you
I
say
don't-
that, and he begins to speak, you watch as Alexander's eyes flash white. And he kind of goes still and straight-backed.
Ooh, damn.
You do that in front of his eyes, you wave before it, and he doesn't move.
I've never seen him do this, I guess. This is some new stuff.
He looks at you, Everett, and then Jophiel, and then Sir Cedric, and then he walks over toward the flames and looks down, and he does this in front of his hand. And he's holding two of the ingots, but then he walks to the other two of you and holds out a hand expectantly. So he has two of the pieces in his hand, and he's looking for the other two.
Yeah, sure. I'll fork it over.
Sorry,
He takes it and bows.
I done
Are
get
you
mine.
Was Jophiel?
It was.
I thought it was Jophiel. No. Who was
No, it was just Cedric. who didn't
yours
give me one.
and that's right, yours and yeah, okay, so anyway, he's going to each of the party members, making sure that he has the ingots. Yeah, sorry. So as he takes them, you guys kind of watch as he methodically goes about walking across the chamber. He grabs a silver bucket, he tosses them in it, and then he takes it to the forge and kind of the flames that are around it, and he dips it in there, kind of gently. And he begins to do it for quite some time. And you can almost hear the sizzling and the popping of the crystallizing around the ingots as they begin to kind of come together. Do you guys just keep watching?
I would say something. Are you Ophius? Are you
Callum.
More than
Callum? Sorry. Are you Callum? Have you taken this mortal coil for the time being?
Roll for me persuasion. But the face of Alexander Dawnkeeper does kind of turn up towards you at Ophius. And then he kind of like scrunches his nose, but then Sir Cedric says Calum, and there is a glint in his eye. But what's your persuasion?
Not great. But that helped a lot. 9 plus 4 is 13.
With the 13, after about 10 minutes of doing this, he lifts the bucket, and on your last proclamation of "Are you Calum?" He does kind of give a flourish, and then he turns and he begins to walk toward the anvil, and he begins to pour the liquid out across it, and then from his side he pulls. In your satchel, would you have had any kind of a hammer of any kind, Mr. Artificer?
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
he pulls out a hammer and begins to temper it across the anvil as it dries quickly. Each kind of in its own strand of liquid that begins to harden, as I said, very quickly. And they all are kind of laid out there. But then he looks at each of you in turn. But then he starts with himself. Alexander, choose an item on your person.
I will choose. Could it be the gun or something
It can
else?
be.
I will choose the gun.
So he kind of puts his hand over your ingot, and it begins to come up into his palm. It goes from being lined out as a liquid, it hardens, but then again it kind of dissolves into his palm, and then he kind of takes it as light and touches your weapon. You now will gain a +1 to firearm attacks and damage, and you get an extra 1d6 radiant damage once per long rest.
Okay.
But then he looks toward Sir Cedric next, and he puts out a hand expectantly, and you kind of get the idea. He's looking for something on your person, if you want to.
I guess I'll go with my shield.
So you walk over and you hand him the shield, and the same thing. He puts his hand over the hardened ingot strip, and then it begins to dissolve up into light, and he touches your shield. You, my friend, get a +1 to spell attack rolls. We might modify that a little bit. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I'm reading the wrong one. I'm so sorry. That's you. I'll get to you in a moment. You, Mr. Paladin, get +1d4 radiant damage to undead and fiends with any weapon that you carry. Going forward, as long as you have the shield attached, you gain an extra 1d4 radiant damage to any undead or fiends. It does count against these creatures that you've been fighting recently and seem to be prevalent. Who would like to go next? So, Jophiel, what do you hand over to Alexander?
I don't have anything really, so I hand over my staff.
I mean, you have your staff and an enchanted robe and an enchanted cowl and enchanted prayer beads. Like, you do have stuff.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
You're fully equipped now.
I would think it would be the staff.
It can be. Would you like it to be?
Yeah.
So as you hand over the staff, a similar thing, he pulls up the hardened ingot into dissolved light. He touches the staff, and you get +1 damage to spell attack rolls, and you can cast Moonbeam once per long rest. Lastly,
I'm gonna kind of look at my two swords. Like, I believe these have already been blessed by you. But this is more important to me. And I pull that broken blade out and hand it to him.
as you pull the broken blade out, he looks at it, he actually takes it and gives it a glance. The eyebrows of Alexander raise because it's broken. He begins to take longer this time. He doesn't go to the anvil immediately. He begins to look around the room. And you see him go grab ingots in a corner. They look to be silver or iron. It's hard to tell. And he goes about the same methodical kind of process of putting them into the bucket, taking them to the fires of the forge, and then taking them back to the anvil himself. And he's working them into the last strand that was there as he begins to slowly reforge this weapon, because it was a practice sword. So he kind of pulls off everything up to the hilt and begins to make a blade within it itself. But this isn't... And for the purpose of this, I think it'll be fun. This isn't a one-handed blade, at least not for your strength. Currently, it does seem to be something you would wield in 2 hands. Over the next, and it's quick for this individual, over the next about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, he begins to forge this blade, putting in that last piece of shard to it. Eventually, he walks over and throws it into kind of a pool of liquid that seems to solidify it in whatever enchantment that he just cast upon it, and he brings it back to you, and he hands it out. As you take it, you now get a +1 AC bonus to a damage type of your choice, and you can reset that on a long rest. Ooh. So, at every long rest, you can choose to have a +1 AC bonus to any damage type of your choice. But this is a great sword.
Oh,
currently, but if you, what's your strength currently?
6. No. Yes, 16.
16?
Yeah.
So if you can ever reach a strength of 20, you can wield this great sword in one hand.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Know where the ASIs are going.
As he hands you this blade, he kind of goes to both knees, and Alexander, you close your eyes and you open them, and you were literally there at the end of your speaking just a moment ago, and now everyone's staring at you, but they're also kind of looking at these items that now seem to glow with an otherworldly divine hue. You most notably see Everett in front of you holding a 2-handed blade and looking at you in awe, but then he notices that the colors come back to your eyes, so now you guys can pick up.
You alright? Are you good?
Yeah, what I was about to say.
Don't worry about it.
I don't get to choose, per se.
Yeah, you don't. I think we figured it out. And it seems like your curse has some kind of cool perks.
Does that happen
Some call it a
often?
blessing. You just get a stroke of inspiration sometimes, and that happens.
Do you feel alright? Though, like, honestly, you feel fine.
Headache, sweaty palms, very lightheaded. Other than that, fine.
Do you maybe...
This isn't my first time this happened.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, do you maybe think that the course of such generous activity has maybe weared your father down to the point where he cannot do this anymore?
That's more than likely what's happening, yeah. You can only go through this level of whatever you want to call it so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially like you have fought a 24-hour battle without stop. That's what you look like, anyways.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I've heard of this, but in different terms. When wizards and sorcerers of great power learn to weave magic itself to their own terms, they know the spell, and it cripples them each time they use it. It's almost similar to what you've just done. But this time, a god is literally living in your skin, doing the work, and then leaving. That cannot be good for your body.
Yeah, you're right. And no matter how hard I try, I can't recreate what I did just back there.
It's because you didn't create it, I don't think.
No.
That's the way to look at it, yeah.
Come on, bud, get up.
I'll try.
Help him up, give him some water. Check your holster.
Oh. Yeah, that makes sense.
think we just got cool stuff and you didn't make yourself anything?
That's a fair point.
So you've seen your dad do this?
Not in a long time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would. You know how some parents would like wake up middle of the night and like make themselves a snack? My dad would wake up middle of the night and make whatever came to him. It was hard to sleep. The sound of the forge going at full tilt at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Seems awful late for one to be waking up and doing anything.
Yeah, but when the spark happens, there's nothing you can do to really stop it.
I mean, when my dad couldn't sleep, he'd get up and train. It's not incredibly uncommon, I guess.
That's true.
I didn't know parents would do that.
Well, I mean,
Is this something your family may have wished for, asked for?
All that I know is that it exists. How we got it, I do not know. I once, as a child, I found an old piece of parchment from my grandfather, great uncle, talking about this, but I just chalked it up to adult stuff. Then what happened to my dad made things click.
Let me ask you something. Has your father ever done this and then profited from the things that he's made?
I mean, yeah.
I mean, he's profited, yes. Your family does forge things. But when Calum comes to his mortal coil and creates, do you profit from that?
I mean, we are one of the predominant families in Ophius for a reason. We could create things for a lot of people. So, yeah, we profited.
Is that what your ancestors wanted?
Maybe. At this point, I just want to live a normal life.
I do find myself questioning whether this is a curse or not.
that's because we're not the ones living it, though. Yeah, it's really cool to us, but I don't know how I'd feel about somebody coming over and taking over my body and using it however they feel like.
Let me ask you something, Sir Dawnkeeper. If you could live not this curse, would you? But in doing so, would you wish upon someone else?
No. I don't want to know how else to deal with this. I want this to end for the realm. If I cannot do that, I will just be the last bearer of it, I guess.
You speak of a sister. Do you have any brothers?
Nope, just me and her. I was a happenstance. They knew she was going to be born, but I was just happy plus one.
Well,
My mother only, all her relatives and were daughters and wives and all that, so didn't have a history of men in the family.
I don't foresee this curse being lifted easily at all. I feel that the easiest route would be for you to somehow move this curse upon your other sibling. But, as you said, you do not wish such a thing.
Yeah, if I don't find a way, I will just carry this until I die and not have any children. I will be the last Dawnkeeper. And that's okay with me.
How sad. Have you spoke with your father about any of this? Ever?
No, not a great time to bring it up, about the blessing that's slowly killing us.
Does he expect grandchildren?
Not really. By the time I got to that age, he was walking around in a cane.
It's alright, man. We'll get it sorted out when we get to Deskinville.
Yeah.
We still gotta find a way out of here first. Which, does this seem like like the last room?
I mean,
It does. You don't see a clear exit of any kind.
It's weird. I could have swore he said that it would spit us out the other side of the mountains.
check the key around your neck. Is it saying anything?
I kind of pull it up and look at it. Okay. It says tighter.
You do notice, as you kind of meander about, that next to the anvil on the wall, there are a set of seals that are kind of pushed in. 8 in total is what it would be, but there's one missing. Seems to be of a similar size to that around your neck.
I kind of liked it. I mean, if the boot fits, right?
Might as well wear it.
Take the string off of it and put it where it's supposed to go.
As you sit inside, you watch as the individual stones that kind of make up this pillar begin to spin at the top, one, and then the rest all the way down, and they begin to spin open, revealing a door of stone.
Any gaps in the door?
None. Seems to be cleverly hidden. Probably done by some powerful users of mold earth.
Very powerful.
Create stone.
Well, shall we?
Yes.
This is a door of stone.
Does that mean something?
Stone is true. Stone is good.
Fair.
We are to move through it.
I give the door a... I give it a yank. I really hope it swings this way. Gosh,
Doesn't move.
every time I'm pushing.
To push it forward, you are hit with darkness of the outside, fresh air.
Yes, air.
As it kind of like swings open, you seem to be on the northern mountainside. As you kind of peek through and look up, you can see the back of what you presume to be the Elate Seal. As you step through Jophiel, you notice at first you look up into the sky and you watch as the moon begins to show itself. This kind of black darkness begins to slowly fade away, giving way to stars, and then the fringe-lace bays beneath. You're hit with the air of the seawater.
Oh, no.
It's utter silence. You don't hear a lot going on other than the crashing of waves.
Your boat, I'm sure, is fine. Sir Cedric.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a
Yeah.
It's a sturdy ship.
Yeah.
Was it a lovely name?
Yeah, we'll see.
What was its name again?
Oleander?
Oleander. Just rolls off the tongue.
Is there a path before us?
There does seem, as you push forward, to be... Perhaps at one time there was a path here. It's kind of like walking an old trail. It does seem to wide down to the coast below.
You said the bay of...
So if you look on the map and you look at the Elate Seal, it's on the northern edge of that.
Okay.
Is it the Bay of Red?
Yeah, Bay Red.
So we're just east of the gate of Karas?
Gate of Karas, yeah.
Karas? I don't know if my character would know that.
Currently, no. You don't know
But
much
I
about the
would,
Gate of Karas or the Noth Lobrak.
Yeah.
But if there is a path, even though it's pretty overgrown, or relatively overgrown, it's still a path nonetheless. Probably safe enough to travel.
Far from where we're going, though. That's kind of the opposite direction.
This is true.
So, I mean, we have, I guess, a couple choices. We head towards the Gate of Caress and cut back inland, and up to North Lowbrook. Find rent a ship and go pick up the Oleander and head to Desconville. Or we stay along the coast to North Lowbrook.
I believe Sir Cedric said he had some business to attend to at Duskendale. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
I believe that should be probably a priority, right?
Well, it should.
Yes, it's just far south
And
through where we just left. We've been heading north.
to get back to the Oleander, we'd have to go back past the Elate Seal, which is now, I assume, under siege.
Well, that's also under darkness. Perhaps things will change once the dawn breaks.
Yeah.
And perhaps travel will be safer even on the coast of the water. At least long enough to get back to the Bay of the Islet. The Islet Wharf.
Well,
That is south of us, yes.
we could take the long way around, but it will be through the wood.
What's the worst that could happen, right?
More of those creatures will come out.
And
No offense, but I don't think our feet travel nearly as fast as a boat does. But it is something to consider.
I have
This is true.
major priorities, so
May as well head to North Rollback and try to find some sort of transit.
I'd
Probably a ship.
Yeah, it'd be the fastest way.
What I will say for those in the party, Noth Lobrak is the city held imprisoned through the Gate of Karas. Noth Lobrak holds the city of the Titans, which was the last major province that waged war on the realm.
Sure is.
The Gate of Karas is tied to the Elate Seal to hold them within their lands as punishment for trying to wage war. So if you do want to head toward Noth Lobrak, you would have in the back of your minds that these are unfriendly people to those of humankind like yourselves.
We could just go to the gate. The gate has, yes, some very
If the
Smart
Eldar
people.
is keeping watch at the Elate Seal, then you would have it in mind that perhaps they are keeping guard also at the Gate of Karas. So that is a good presumption, yeah. Just to point out, you guys can still head to Nothelbrack if you wish. It's just it's a magically imprisoned land.
That was my bad.
No, it's fine.
Didn't read the description.
It's a whole world. This is common. This isn't something I'll make you roll a history check for. This is just common known. You know that the Titankin were the last individuals that waged war upon the realm of Alora.
Well, surely if well, I think I can get us some passage, maybe at the gate. I've run into quite a few Eladar in my time, and maybe if I mention a few names, we can at least get back to the Elate Seal, pick up the Oleander, go from there.
Perfect.
Sounds like a plan.
We traveling?
Mm-hmm.
We traveling.
As long
Stomping
as
that
we
dirt.
can put down our sails and, you know, make sure we return the boat that we rent.
That was only a one-time thing.
Yeah. That's the first time that's ever
Can
happened.
we carry a crate, Sir Dawnkeeper?
That's all right.
I mean,
I'll carry his share of crates. And then some.
So, if you guys would like to progress down the path and we're heading, it would be west then, toward the gate?
Yeah, to the, I
Yes.
assume, a port city, not a truth, or a port town, not a...
You have no idea. You've never been to the Gate of Karas, none of you.
I didn't say that the transit would be by ship.
Yeah, the Gate of Karas is not a town or a village or a city. It is
It's a
literal
fort.
gate.
Yeah.
You're just going off the hope that the Eladar are nearby. So I need a survival check as we begin traversing through the end. Actually, we've made it. We have now made it to the fourth day of Galewing's Gale, Earth's Embrace. We've well past midnight, and we're actually reaching toward the dawn. So with a survival check, whoever would like to roll it, if anyone's proficient, that's good too. We can.
I'll help.
So if there's a proficient person in the party, raise your hand. I'm just curious. So both of you are. So one of you needs to roll, and then the other can either roll alongside you for average, or you can give them advantage.
What do you want me to do?
I rolled a 1.
I know. I heard your woes. So do you want to re-roll, or do you want me to roll?
I want to re-roll, please.
Roll.
I can't do 1 twice, right? No snake eyes allowed.
It's statistically improbable.
That's
It's a
unfortunate.
10.
10 in total.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a 1, though.
It's not a 1, it's a 3.
So here's the funny thing. You know the lands pretty well, but for some
Study the
reason
maps.
Jophiel really seems to want to lead the party.
Quite confident.
And you begin to
Yes!
go down the intertwining trails, trying to get down toward the coast, to which walk toward Seal. You do this for a few hours, and keep kind of backtracking. The mountainous trail down is horrific, to say the least, and eventually the light of dawn begins to crest.
And I tire
this
not.
point-
I just keep going.
She tires not. The rest of you, some of you battered and bruised, you are tired at this point. You have not slept since yesterday.
Yeah, I have an open wound.
Here,
Very tired.
Sir
I
Cedric,
bleed not. I just have an open gate of a wound, but it doesn't bleed. I just keep going.
Sir Cedric, you hear it first. And then followed by Alexander, because Everett and Jophiel are really trying to lead you, but you two are getting tired at this point, and your eyes open as you hear something new, a different sound. You hear the approaching footsteps of individuals, and as you look over, you can see about 6 men in total, walking a path down to your right, kind of below you, and they can see you, and they're waving. and Sir Cedric, they actually look semi-familiar. You actually know the man in the forefront. Small, pudgy man, half elven, and he's waving toward you.
Yeah, I'll go over and talk to him.
You kind of go over to the crest. Sir Cedric, it's me, Toby, from the Wind Rider. Eldon sent us. We've been looking for you all this night.
Yay. Eldon.
I see. Well, it's good to see you, Toby. What news do you bring? Good, I hope.
Well, Eldon was worried when you didn't return post-haste, and he actually canceled all of his plans, and we sailed here to see if you needed aid. There's a great battle happening to the south. At least it was when the knight was here, but he sent us forth, and we've been looking for you all eve, hoping that you were still living.
Well, we are. We've just come from the battle to the south, actually. The Elate Seal.
It's truly unfortunate what's happening there. But Eldon awaits us. We can guide you back to our skiff and get you to the Wind Rider if you wish.
I do.
Kind of gestures down. And they kind of maneuver their way up toward you, seeing that you're very tired and whatnot. They have water.
Wounded, yeah.
They have water and some day rations that they can shove down your gullets if needed.
I pull on Jophiel's pack. Nope, quit.
What?
But
Which way are we going?
just hang on.
Wait a minute.
You turn and you see kind of a
think
shorter,
there's people-
pudgy half-elf with balding hair and bright blue eyes, kind of wearing a pale tunic and brown leather pants and such. You heard him yelling.
Yes. Yeah, he's
Nice.
friendly.
His name's Toby.
Well, I can continue on as long as I need to. I don't think this.
I don't think that's
as she
necessary.
touches the wound and it doesn't want to I believe this needs rest. I will
think
take
so.
it where I must.
So
Don't touch
Toby
it,
actually
it'll make
sees
it
this.
worse.
I don't have any means of immediate healing, but back at the ship we can help you. Come this way. And he's pointing down into the bay that you guys have been missing all night because you didn't have sunlight, and you can now see the bay below. And you see two small skiffs, and in the distance you can see the Wind Rider.
Oh shit! He brought that.
The ship. He brought the ship. The galleon.
Damn.
So, and you can see that other people are within the mountain range. It looks like there were several search parties sent out.
Man, he really likes you, Sir Cedric. Like.
A lot.
Yes, well, I'm kind of flattered.
Yeah. You should be. This is impressive.
I feel that though we've lost a couple on the way, Sir Cedric, your companions. I've forgotten. I was so distraught. I've forgotten of them. Where they've gone?
Around.
Right.
Okay, so let's jump out and then back in here. So as a group, well, as dads, we've decided to exclude our younger children from the current campaign going forward, mainly because we both look at them with eyes upon thinking that they are much older than they are. And the fact that we run a podcast and show called Whiskey Dice, and we have to make the clarification every week that we drink, but they don't, and yada, yada, yada. They are very much, they always become followers.
They get tired quick.
They get tired, they fall asleep, they do this.
Start just staring.
And then
at
I'm
each
like,
other.
hey, dog. And they're like, what? And then my daughter just stares at me the whole time, like waiting for something. And then Molly is like really there in the present. And then she's like,
Yeah.
at the end. So this is the main cast. And then Weiler will be here next week and we'll talk about that later. But the girls, and then for you, Ian, which I've told him, the spirits of them live on within the spear.
Okay.
You did
There
them
would be
well.
always.
You did
Like
them
always.
well.
But yeah, would we like to head to the skiff? Yeah.
Yes.
With Toby?
Yes.
Yes.
So you head to the skiff, you climb aboard as the morning sun begins to bask, and you make your way to the Wind Rider, eventually climbing up the rope ladder, and you come aboard and you see that crooked crooked-hipped man himself, Eldon. He does smile, but there's a little bit of tiredness in his eyes, a little red there, as if he's been up all night. Well, Sir Cedric, it's good to see you.
You as well, Eldon.
Would you like some food, some drink, and perhaps somewhere to lay your head?
I would love that.
Mainly the third one.
Quickly, Eldon. Unfortunately, the supplies captain that you went through, she didn't make it.
I wasn't able to get quite close, Sir Cedric, to what I presumed was the shipwreck. When I came across the Oleander and saw that it was vacant, I assumed the worst, to be honest.
We were lucky enough to make it through, but unfortunately, Alora, she fell. We were able to deliver her to Lori, and seemed to be an interest of hers. So
He was kind enough to provide us with an escape passage from the battle.
We have not yet sailed back across the Elate Seal to see what has happened, but a great battle did take place. At least as we were passing, we could hear it and see it in the distance.
Could you tell who was winning?
It was hard to say. Honestly, my conscience weighed thin sending Cedric and the rest of you to look for Alora, especially when I came across that battle. Made me look for you even the harder. And yet here you are, so. But
everything is fine.
Everything is fine. We have prepared food. I saw you coming. There are places for you to wash up and sleep below. Welcome to the Wind Rider, for now. And Sir Cedric, when it comes to Alora, it's just business anyway. It's unfortunate, but it's just business.
Mm-hmm.
Please go down. The cook has prepared plenty. Go and rest.
And I will.
You guys begin to make your way
I'll
down?
take him up on that offer.
Yeah, Toby kind of this way and kind of takes you down. And you go down into the very bottom bellows of the ship in the far corner. There's some, not cots. What's the hanging things? Shit. I'm blanking.
Hammocks.
Some kind of like galleon hammocks set up. Some food, some water.
Oh yeah, it didn't matter because I'm gonna pass out at the table as soon as I get done stuffing my face.
Exactly.
And it's very much it's kind of like the traditional pirates fare. What's the animated movie? Oh shit! Fuck! Damn it! I forget. Anyway,
Treasure Planet?
no, I love
Treasure
Treasure
Planet?
Planet. No, it's another one. But anyway, it's like pickles and eggs is like the
Okay.
main thing. Someone out there knows what I'm talking about.
Gross.
Anyway.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a lot of pickles and eggs in different ways. It's stuff that can last
kept.
on a ship for a long
Yeah.
time.
Everything
and that
pickled.
hard bread. So you guys can take your fill for food. And there's hammocks and there's a wash basin. Depending on who goes first, the one in the ladder probably is getting the dirty water, but it is what it is. But as you guys eat and clean up and get ready to just pass out at the beginning of the day, is there any conversation to be had before that? Before you sleep? Sinbad, by the way. The animated Sinbad.
Sinbad, yeah.
Boom. Love that
Boom.
shit.
Yeah, that's
Anyway,
good shit.
sorry. Continue, guys.
So Cedric,
Yes.
thank you. Don't know if we would have made it out without you.
You don't need
Me
to
at
thank
least.
me. I would have done it regardless. I do appreciate your gratitude, but you do the same for me. So.
Yeah, I'm slowly starting to learn. Although you're more fit and athletic, there's something else. There's the same call that you have in me. And I don't know how I feel about that.
Everyone finds their own way in due time. Don't force it.
Well, I'm about to pass out where I stand, so I'm going to try sleeping in a hammock. That's a new thing.
I have never slept in a hammock either. It will be interesting to say the least.
How do you not like fall out of the hammock? Especially, it's supposed to be done on sea? Rough
I'll take a
seas?
dexterity saving throw, Alexander.
Yeah, as I kick the bottom of your hammock.
I'm going to try to carry my
Four.
momentum into
Oh,
and
no.
tie myself up into the hammock.
Straight up.
I want a dexterity saving throw from both of you now.
Does Sir Cedric at least have advantage for tie himself to it?
What are you two
Nope.
doing?
I just want to know if he ties himself so tight that he can't get out easily.
So 5 minus 1 is 4.
Oh no, they both roll a 4.
You know, you tie yourself in there so well. And then, Alexander, you keep falling out, eventually just kind of passing out right below it.
On the floor? Yeah, just
It's
give
like
up.
laying
A nice
across
floor
you.
sleep.
I mean, it's I don't know. I didn't have any trouble with this. You just lay in it.
They pass out almost immediately. The two of you are left awake. Is there any conversation to be had between the two of you before you fall aslumber?
Probably while everyone is eating, she just stares outside a portcullis or like an opening in the ship,
Yeah?
and she just looks sad.
Wait, you're not eating again?
I'm not hungry.
Hang on now. As I do some quick mental math. It has been quite some time since I've seen you eat anything. And I am starving. Not hungry is one thing, but not eating is another.
How does it taste?
Like shit. But it's food.
Since they're eating and we're reverting back to that, you two are still awake as they're talking. If you want to throw anything in there.
Is it at least
I
pleasing?
mean,
No.
You simply need to nourish your body.
Yeah.
I would say
Sometimes
that
you don't eat for pleasure.
you do feel the tinges of hunger. Like the remembrance of it.
I pick out something, whether it's like a spoonful of stew or a piece of stale bread or something. And I imagine as I eat it, it tastes like ash.
Some of that 2-day-old bread.
oh yeah. Nice hardtack.
Oh, heart attack.
It's a good dip in bread.
Good soaking bread.
Yeah, good soaking bread.
Roll for me a die 20, Jophiel.
That bread's good for soup.
15.
Okay. So continue talking there for just a moment, you fellows and lady.
I just don't feel the need to...
It is. It kind of it falls as ash on your tongue, but you begin to think of something as you're talking.
I just don't feel the need to eat.
Well, Jophiel, when your body collapses, not having the proper calorie count, you'll understand.
I won't say I
what?
told you so.
Count?
Let it be known.
What count of calories do you speak of?
As you say that, like
Two-
everything that
2,000
you
daily.
eat and drink, it's very much like bland and it's just sustenance and it's unneeded to you. But there is one thing and this was rolled by random. There's one thing that you want more, that you remember from ages past, and it's red wine. Specifically, dwarven red wine.
Of course.
Specifically. And I rolled that at random.
course.
She rolled it at random. I just had to pull it up. But wine. You remember the taste of red wine, but specifically dwarven red.
I seek that then as I sit here and try the different, whatever, like, the generic stuff is.
You're eating like hard bread,
And I take like
dehydrated bread, and
a
eggs
bite or
and pickles.
two, try to dip it in shit. It doesn't work. Like, do
At least you're trying. I mean,
do they serve dwarven wine? Red? Perhaps?
Oh,
it won't be
not
down.
hang on. Let me
tavern.
find the menu real quick. Maybe they'll
It's
have
not a
it.
tavern.
It won't be down here.
Not serving anything.
The rum's gone. Why is the rum
Whoa,
gone?
why is rum
No.
one?
I just, of
There is rum,
I bet.
by the way.
I believe my time in the prison has made me just not desire much, but that is what I desire.
You need to make a note that you now desire dwarven red wine.
I mean, if anybody on the ship had it,
That is one of the
it
things
would
I had
be
to
the
bring back.
captain. But it
That's
wouldn't
a
be
shit
here.
job.
It'd be probably in his private stash.
Please, as I pass my food and drink to the three of you, please enjoy this.
Oh,
I will not.
I snatch it.
Pass the honey. I'll take the bread. It's fine. You get enough honey to anything. It makes it good.
It brings me joy to see the three of you eat and enjoy it. So
I just like bread. Carbs are good.
I hear that if you mix bread with fatty substance, it tastes even better.
Fatty
Yeah.
substance.
Pig fat. Soak
Grease.
some bread in
Yes.
pig fat.
That sounds good.
I'm learning
Bovine,
so
yes.
much about you guys and your characters.
I'm hungry.
What's your favorite meals?
Lamb.
Lamb. You don't find that often.
But it's
So,
tender.
so in the Dawnkeeper house, we do. You probably don't know what biscuits are, but just think of very hard but flaky bread, and then do
Am I a
like
peasant?
some.
Of course, I've heard of biscuits.
Yeah. and then you put like some sort of gravy on top of it, and that's what we do for breakfast every weekend.
Jesus Christ.
I don't think that's a thing specifically to Ophius, though, is it? Other places,
It's
surely
to us.
have had this.
Is that when you take wheat and water and mix it and
Yeah.
bake it?
Yeah.
That is like a royalty.
Oh,
I've had it a few times, but they reserve that only for royalty. And you say,
He's very upper crust. In
Upper crust.
Ophius.
that's a bread pun.
It
I like
was.
that. Well, you're doing bread puns now.
I can do jokes.
you said what's gravy?
So
Ah,
it's like
Depends on where you come from.
yeah. Us we use like flour and then like do pig fat and then make it like that.
Oh, so instead of dipping bread simply into it, you use it for...
you
Yeah.
pour the dipping onto the bread.
Yes,
It's like a sandwich.
it is.
That sounds godly.
Can't say I've ever heard it described like that, but yeah.
Tis a magical world.
And one of you, Sir Cedric. This one likes the crispy bread and pig fat. What
Yes.
of you?
I like a good beef roast accompanied with root vegetable.
That of the northern culture.
You just can't beat it.
No.
Delicious, filling. You could eat it for a week.
Yes, you can.
We've moved on past chicken broth to Sunday roast.
Yes.
That sounds good.
From broth to roast.
That's another deep cut right there, baby. I love it.
Yeah, maybe Sir Cedric isn't as lean as Mr. Stone. Mr. Stoneheart.
If only one day you get to meet the Stoneheart of this Alora. We'll see.
Yep.
I feel if your stomach is tight enough and you just close your eyes, you can imagine those meals in your mouth as you eat this.
No. Not even close.
Surely not?
No.
No. This
No
is
matter
still
how hard I
pickles
try.
Yeah, this is still pickles and hard-boiled egg.
Yeah.
There's not even meat here.
Yeah,
know,
Jophiel, jeez.
I like to
Nothing
think
like lamb.
otherwise for the three
There's
of
no
you.
lamb here. There's no beef here.
Perhaps
There's not even root vegetable. It's just pickles and eggs. And 2-day-old bread.
We appreciate your optimism, though. Oh, goodness.
Some people like to operate on the border of optimism and insanity, it seems.
When rest doesn't come to you, thoughts can tend to wander.
Yeah, it looked like you were thinking of something as you were staring out the window. Was it important?
Perhaps at once it was.
Why would it cease to be?
Because now it ceased to be.
Was it from 400 years ago, just like you?
You know,
Damn.
yes, but I feel that those were cutting words from you.
You know, when you put it
He's
like...
not a bard.
When you... Well, okay.
I only kid, Jophiel.
When he puts it like that, though, it does really put it into perspective of the insanity of this, correct?
It's incredibly far-fetched if we're being honest, but it
God,
is
This
it is reality.
This isn't
right?
a dream we're having. The 13 have awakened?
God, don't remind me.
I mean...
Something horrible is going to happen.
Probably.
I never thought
Yeah.
that I would be an omen to immortals' existence.
You know, that is quite
Well, you also didn't know that you were part of the 13 as well, so how could you? You know?
Yeah, that's right.
And for all of our doom and gloom, who knows? Maybe from this, something greater and better happens.
He's right. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, a forest fire seems terrible at the moment, but it does rejuvenate the wood.
From the ash, there is rebirth.
That's it's a tough sell, but I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, it's the best I got.
Though darkness, all it takes is but a single light.
Yeah. That fox tried that last night, and it seemed like it needed more light.
I tried, for the record. I tried. My light didn't work, though.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Remind me not.
It was the wrong kind of light.
Yeah.
Different planes of existence.
Mm-hmm. It's all right here.
Yeah.
Reading it was just like a book I've read before. Just had to remember it.
I don't know how smart that was to write it down, because now I might get burned at stake for that.
Well,
I wouldn't show it to many people just yet.
I wasn't planning on it.
Maybe keep that to yourself. Or It is a bit blasphemous.
No offense, Jophiel, but you don't exactly have a whole lot of proof behind you. So maybe I would keep what you're saying also to yourself.
Hide the truth?
Well, some people could find it quite offensive. They could consider you an imposter.
Hmm?
So that could be bad.
Cannot hide the truth unless it will risk the lives of those that walk this land. This I promise.
Very noble of you. So you care not for your own life?
No. I care for those that walk this land.
How can you help those if you're dead?
That's
He's
what
right,
I've been
Jophiel.
asking myself the last couple days.
Remember what I was saying about sacrificing yourself? If you are what you say you are, and I believe us three to totally believe you,
You can't die.
yeah, you have
You cannot die.
such a
Jophiel.
higher calling.
I don't think that you understand the gravity of the situation.
Perhaps I don't.
You will be required for what's to come. We have no chance without you, for whatever it may be. You cannot just sacrifice yourself.
For something as simple as, especially one of us.
You must think of the needs of the many versus the sacrifice of the few, who would be us.
Never words wiser, Sir Cedric.
Although, you may also... I don't really know if I believe in this whole calling thing. But I run away from home looking for something... like you. So... maybe all these paths converge for a reason. And we shouldn't go throwing them away or stepping off of them for just any old reason.
It is an odd situation we find ourselves in. The four of us.
Yeah, quite.
That's putting it lightly, yeah.
Sir Cedric seeking me. Sir Dawnkeeper seeking Sir Cedric.
Hmm?
Sir Whitlock following in Sir Dawnkeeper's steps, and now stating he may have been looking for some
I am also
sign of
seeking
divinity?
something. No, not just divinity.
If nothing else,
My own honor, I guess.
I think it just proves that we were meant to meet one another.
Yeah.
The reason I can't say for sure, but we were meant to meet.
Yeah, it's starting to appear that way, isn't it?
Well, I'm glad that we've met.
Oh, yes, it couldn't have happened to nicer people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we can see how the journey goes.
Well, if it's anything like the past couple days, I'm sure it'll be smooth sailing.
We'll be dead in a week, but we'll be fine.
I'm up for the challenge.
You have inspired me to continue on, and therefore, if that is your wish, we shall continue.
Good.
Well, on to Duskendale in that case.
Aye, to Duskendale.
Aye, to Duskendale. The capital... Oh,
Right.
the old
Of
capital.
old. The capital of old.
Capital of the old of the capital of the old.
As you guys kind of go to rest, let's go off this. Alexander, you're the first to wake and hear it, followed by Jophiel, Everett, and then Cedric. There is some commotion going on the upper deck. Heavy thuds, movement, some yelling, and the like. As each of you kind of talk and come to the end of your conversation, eating and the like, you've probably been slumbering for a few hours, 2 to 3. Wake up still very tired.
What are they hollering about?
I'll go check.
Something.
Something, dark side, something.
Yes. Yeah, I slowly get up off the floor and make my way up to the upper deck.
Just you, Alexander? So you slowly get up and you meander your way to the top deck. Go and roll for me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Nice.
You push open the hatch. You walk to the top. Go and roll for me.
Second natural 20 of the night.
Damn.
23 total.
What's the total?
23.
23. So you kind of go up and you walk to the left. He never comes back, the other 3 of you.
Oh, well, that's concerning. Up I get.
You get up
Yep, grab my swords, and up I go.
and you go walking up. Go ahead and roll for me another wisdom saving throw. Well, not another, but you roll for me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Sure can do those. I'm a smart guy with wisdom.
Intelligence and wisdom are vastly different.
I'm taking that. Yeah, they are. Wisdom, saving. 19.
The 19, you go up, and Cedric and Jophiel, Everett, and Alexander don't return.
I stand and get out of my hammock.
Mm-hmm.
Although I didn't sleep, I just laid there.
Right.
They haven't returned.
It's been about 15 minutes, and there's still some commotion going on up deck.
I fear something's wrong.
Yes,
Will you go with me?
of course.
I stand on the side of Cedric where his shield is, because I imagine you're armed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll stand there and kind of hold his shoulder arm as we ascend up.
Both of you ascend. As you come up to the top, and you look around, you can see that much of the crew of the ship lay on the deck. As you look around to the left and right, you see 4 individuals floating atop dark, misty clouds. And in the center, as you look forward, on the ground, you can see Everett and Alexander before Eldon. Eldon looks at you, Sir Cedric. It was just business, my friend. And that's where we will end tonight's session.
Oh, I'm gonna kill the fuck out of that guy.
What a good climactic moment to end on. And we are so unsure as to what's going on. So for the I sent Shawn a DM. He even though he critted, he failed the DC overall.
That's a tough DC.
Well, fucking.
Was it like a 25?
26.
Oh yeah.
26. So
tough.
there was 2 fails, and then you 2 walked up.
Boy, we
So,
sleepy.
I want to see
but
what
yeah,
I
you
got.
see 2. I'm not gonna go into detail of the figures you see yet. That's gonna be very much for next session, and it's gonna very much. And you know what? For what's coming, you can blame Weiler. For
God
his,
damn
you
it,
can blame
Weiler.
his ass. Next session
no.
because he ties into what's about to happen very well.
He's done one of those.
He's done a thing.
He's done a whiler.
But this is a really cool. Hey, listen. So, you guys have just made it to the end of Tutorial Island for the campaign. So,
Oh man, we don't have our little paddles or our training wheels.
you just made it to the end.
Oh boy, here we go.
So, yeah. So welcome to the end of Tutorial Island, and I hope, in my heart of hearts, that one day you make it to Duskendale. I feel like the beginning of this campaign is just, can we make it to Duskendale?
We won't make it, damn it.
We won't.
3 weeks.
I am bound and determined.
You're not gonna make it next
No.
session either. There's no way. There might be. Everything comes into your own hands. So everything was very linear in the front. I have established thine characters, which y'all have done a great job. Apologies for the figuring out of tootin' mics and camera. We'll figure it all
And
out
hey
as we
Alexa,
go.
turn the lights on.
Yeah, I've been dark for maybe a half hour.
I know, but it felt
Okay.
like it was fitting. I will fix that for next time, and next time we'll have another man. But until next time, so long for now. We'll see you around the bend.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Hold on, we're not done yet. Oh, hold on. Here we
Hit the
go.
button,
Here we
hit the
go.
button,
Hold on.
Hit the
Hit
button.
the
Good night.
Ah.
There we go.
And peace be with you. What's the saying?